Attention coffee lovers. Are you tired of bland, uninspired coffee that leaves you feeling underwhelmed? It's time to upgrade your coffee game with Strong Coffee Company. Strong Coffee is specially crafted to deliver a bold and powerful flavor that will keep you energized, focused throughout the day. Made with premium beans sourced from the best coffee growing regions around the world, Strong Coffee is expertly roasted to bring you out the rich, complex flavors that make each cup a truly satisfying experience. But that's not all. Strong Coffee Company also offers a variety of benefits to enhance your coffee experience. The coffee is packed with natural ingredients like MCT oil and grass-fed collagen protein, which can boost your health, energy, support your healthy skin, joints, and more. Plus, the convenient single-serve packets made it easy to enjoy coffee on the go, at work, or while traveling. And now, for a limited time only, Strong Coffee is offering a special promotion for new customers. Use the promo code CHAMP at checkout and receive 15% off your first purchase. So why settle for mediocre coffee when you can experience the bold and invigorating flavor of Strong Coffee Company along with its many benefits? Head to their website, strongcoffee.com, and place your order today using the promo code CHAMP for an unbeatable deal.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
This is delicious.
I'm going. That's going to be my go-to next.
This
Wow,
is
you're going to go
delicious.
too? You're going too?
I'm going to go. I think I just
Scarlet Ale for you,
Wow.
bud.
Yeah,
these guys were drinking
Roger's a weight.
coffees up there.
Really?
How am I a lightweight?
Yeah. No, because he never finishes any drink
not
in this
true.
room.
Oh, he's the top sip guy.
Yeah, it leaves little floaters around.
Listen, I don't.
Kind of a
I don't
big
think
flex.
that's true, but you're never going to win an argument against this guy. So I'll just say that. Yeah,
Listen,
I would leave him
listen.
alone.
Listen.
We're on the casting couch. Do you guys does that have massage functions on your chair? Or
I don't think so.
If it did, Roger would be sitting on it.
Why are you cockeyed in your chair there, pal?
Am I?
The chair's like cockeyed.
I'm trying to be a little. I'm trying to.
You trying to face me?
Yeah, everyone
All
else
right.
is facing you. You're like
I
this.
appreciate
Like you're
it. Thanks.
You know?
whose Maruch is that?
Oh, that's Frankie's.
Oh,
he got
yeah.
it from the boys over in Kazakhstan. Is that
Yeah,
what it's
yeah.
called? A Maruch? I just call it a sword. You call it a Maruch?
No, the Marucci bat.
Fraser.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Fraser.
Yeah. That's big league wood right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll give you some really sad trivia.
Wait, are we filming?
Yeah, let it rip. Do the intro.
Yeah, we
All
are.
right, give him an intro.
Hey,
Say,
you got to give a little intro too, G.
Okay.
You guys started off.
I'm starting it off. Who started off?
Go ahead, boom. Go with it.
I'm going with it.
Yeah.
What up? It's
Like,
the
what is that? Wild thing? Is that wild thing?
It is Wild Thing.
is it?
It's the
Holy
wild-
shit, it is.
It's the Wild Thing Vaughn
Hey, you
here.
can't
bro.
even get
Yeah.
a jersey like that.
That was
anymore.
pre-AIDS.
Rick Vaughn.
No. This is AIDS.
Was it AIDS?
Yeah, I put this on. Hopefully, it'll end up being slimming.
Right. Yeah, it will be. Forget
Yeah.
that.
Penile
Hell
league.
yeah,
That'll
from the-
slim you out.
That's right. Yeah, California
Penile
Penile. That's
league.
what I love. He had never seen that. We just watched that for like
He's
the
young,
first time
bro.
in like a
How
year.
old are you though?
36.
36.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so you're when you're how old?
31.
31. So
31.
you, I got
30,
you by
30
by a
boys.
decade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we're ready to rock this. I'm excited about this. We got a crossover episode. The Champ and the
Little
Tramp.
swab cast. Little
And Slick and
beer
Thick.
cast.
Yeah, Slick and Thick could work for us too, bro. You're kind of thick. Kind of thick.
Hey, it's trademarked.
Yeah, it's over. That's
It's
over.
copyright. Really not holding up the Tramp end of this, you know? Should be smashing whores. Where are you girls?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Or what did Tara and Catherine Ducci, what they tell us it should be? It should be like tough and buff.
Tough and buff.
Maybe that's what you guys can take, tough and buff. We got
That's
Slick and Thick. You guys take tough and buff. So I'll start it off the way we start off every Slick and Thick. Is that all right? In the crossover episode, you guys don't mind?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, so we'll start it off. It's your boy, Gerard Michaels, back again with another Slick and Thick. Funniest man you never heard of. Thicky Smalls himself. And to my left, at 6'3", 200 pounds, and every single one of them is a problem.
About 215.
The king of the ring, the master of punks, the tamer of sages, the CEO of the RNC, Mickey Gunner Gall. What's happening, bro?
Thank you. Why do you never introduce me like that? That was
I could.
fucking one hell of an introduction. Go ahead.
G better
Give me-
be prepared.
Give me some.
I hope you.
That was
you're
good.
not gonna
Did you rehearse
our
that?
guest first.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, the king of New Jersey, the 4-time champ, Frankie. What's your
The answer.
the
motherfucker.
answer? Frankie, the answer. Iverson.
Kicking
I love
the
it.
door
Yeah.
away.
Iverson.
Yeah, man. Frank. With all due respect to you, Mickey, Frankie Yeager means no introduction.
Facts.
It's a man who needs no
Thank you.
introduction.
Hey,
Thank
that's
you.
a Jersey
Thank you,
goat
John.
right there.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
Jersey
you.
goat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go.
This guy's a man and a half.
Hype
I
man and a
know.
half.
We got one for Roger. Come on.
And Roger. So
Let's leave it there. Just drop the mic. That's
no, Roger, you're a beast, bro. Now I thought it might be Hojer because you were hanging out with all these BJJ guys, but it's nice to
Right.
see it's Roger. Now, Roger, you're a big, strong, muscular dude. You've taken down one of the baddest bitches in the history of reality television.
Oh.
Yes, Kim Kardashian. And dude, now you're out here. You came from Maine, and now you're in Jersey, right?
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
That's it. Well, I mean, it's a matter of perspective. I guess
Yeah.
top. You
We're
started
below Canada.
from
so-
yeah. Well, and some of Canada, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're down here in Jersey. So how'd you get hooked
Geography
up?
isn't.
How'd you get hooked up with I know things. I'm smart. So how'd you get hooked up with Frankie, man?
Yeah, so I was a fan. I mean, and basically it started with just me being a fan. We ended up having mutual friends. They introduced us 20-something years ago. Started going to his fights. He's probably like, who the fuck is this guy? Keep showing up at my fights. I was just like that annoying friend that never went away. And finally, he was like, fuck, one day, I think we rode motorcycles together and we just became friends. Actually, I think the first time we ever rode motorcycles, I almost died in front of him. So,
Yeah.
And then we just
ran
became
him
friends.
over.
You are a manly man. You're tattooed from head to toe. You're like 6'7",
Bro, he
250,
fell. When he
yoked up.
fell, he fell. He was riding a fucking 12 o'clock wheelie from Jackson to Toms River, which is 2 towns. Mm-hmm. The whole time, I'm his lights because it's dark out, so I'm kind of his lights. I guess the car kind of hit the brake on him a little bit, and wham! I almost hit him, went around him. By the time I turned around or like pulled over, he's up picking the bike up.
Wow.
Trying to get off the
That's
road.
probably close to 20 years ago. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Frankie Edgar's career ended by a horrible motorcycle crash because some fucking idiot crashed in front of him.
Yeah, his name would be Frank
God.
Muir
I
instead
know.
of Frankie Edgar.
He probably missed me by what, a foot maybe?
Yeah, it was
I was
close.
lucky. Yeah, so yeah.
You were like looking in the rear view the whole time.
No, I jumped right.
Frankie Edgar?
All I remember was that I hit hard, bro. I hit hard. All I remember was like, don't look like a
Were
bitch.
you this size
Don't
back
look
then?
like a bitch in front of Frankie. No, I was
Yeah.
smaller. I mean, I was obviously same height, but I was probably 20, 30 pounds lighter.
So that's where the
You look pretty
T-shirt comes from
fucking big
then.
up there.
From back then?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You look pretty big up there.
Yeah, that was the swole days. Running some gear back then. There was no picograms. It
Oh,
was just,
so you're not going to do the whole Mike O'Hearn, I've been natural my whole
yeah,
career thing?
no. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Mike O'Hearn runs more trend than any human I've ever.
Are you so not to shit on Mike O'Hearn, but this is something I was just talking with Nick Simmons. Nick Simmons is a great comedian, awesome friend of ours, and he's known as probably the world's most jacked up comedian.
Okay.
Right? I mean,
What's his name?
Nick Simmons.
Nick Simmons.
If you want to get on the mic, you can take the moniker from him, but until then, it's Nick Simmons. Okay. Very, very funny guy. Free shout out. I hate doing this, but he hates Mike O'Hearn because he does a podcast called Natty or Not. And they talk about guys, are you natural or not? And then they speculate.
Wait, O'Hearn does?
No. Nick
your
Simmons.
buddy. Okay, yeah.
And they speculate
Right.
whether or not people are on gear or they're not. And they did this thing, Mike O'Hearn, who's known as being this natural guy.
Well,
And they're
he's
like,
the only one that
come
claims
on.
it. Nobody
Yeah.
buys it. But listen, he is a genetic freak, no question about it. He would be built really, really good genetically if he never did anything. Clearly, he's altered. He's in his 50s. Nobody runs that much testosterone in their system. But why be ashamed of it, or why not admit it, bro? I mean, you've maintained that physique for what, 30 years. Looks better than any 25-year-old probably out there.
he looks like Hercules.
He does.
He looks like Hercules.
Yeah, he's not that, he's not that jacked absolute monster like that stands up on stage, because I don't even like that look. He's got he's like Arnold almost. You know what I mean? He's got that look.
What kind of look do you like, Roger?
I like you with your shirt off. I like you with your shirt off.
Hey,
Take your
Frank's
shirt
looking a
off.
little thick, bro.
Who?
Right? Frank's
Yeah,
I've
looking a
been
little
eating.
thick.
I've been
He's-
eating.
yeah,
I've
this
been
guy.
eating. I don't train as hard as I used to. I mean, I still train pretty good, but yeah, not
What
as
you
like,
weighing right now?
like 65.
65?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, not that big.
Nah, you look pretty big, bro. You look like a fucking
Tight.
pit bull,
Just
man.
my shirt from bantamweight days.
Renee shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. Grayson's.
You gonna try to get up to like 175?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you said that was the heaviest you've ever been in your
Maybe.
life, right?
I'm gonna keep the abs for the summer, and then we'll see.
So, Frankie, let me ask you about that, because most fighters, Mickey trains down at Kill Cliff. I've got to meet some guys. It seems like most guys want to go up in weight class as they age. You went down in weight class.
I've had this conversation. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
stay at the top of your career and go down in weight.
Crazy,
Because
right?
listen, as you get older, right, what's the first thing that you lose? Typically, speed and agility, right? Like you're going to lose a little speed, a little agility as you get older.
Nah,
this guy goes
for
down.
me, it was metabolism.
This guy goes down two weight classes.
Crazy.
At the end of his career, that's insane to me.
In fairness, do you
and
feel
he's
like
he's like no big deal?
In fairness, do you feel like you were fighting above your weight class earlier in your career?
I mean, yeah, I ended up at 55 because that was the lightest weight class available.
Yeah.
I just wanted to compete, so that's
It was his only option. Yeah.
I weighed like 53 when I fought in the UFC at first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we've
That's
had
wild.
I wrestled
That's
141
wild.
in college.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
No one does that. Everybody's cutting 20.
Yeah, it was
30 pounds.
different though. But some guys are like Sean Shirk. He was, short, but he was jacked. Maynard was big as hell. Benson Henderson's big as hell.
Yeah.
Those guys were definitely some big boys.
Well, I mean, we talked about it on Slick and Thick a lot because, we've had Christos in there. We've had Henry Hoof. We've had Tuco, some great fighters in there. Do you think it's good to lose the 30 pounds, 40 pounds some of these guys are cutting and be sucked out? Or do you think, did you feel faster? Do you feel like your gas tank was better because that was your natural weight class?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely felt good. I was not depleted. I would eat breakfast the morning of weigh-ins. I worked out that day, all that stuff. And, it was natural for me. But again, my thing is this: put yourself in the best position to win. And maybe for some people, maybe cutting weight. Some people, it's not. Some people cut weight, then it becomes counterproductive. That you got to worry about.
What do you think about that, Mick?
I feel like it's kind of a necessary evil nowadays, where everybody's dropping weight. So if you're a 170 pounder, you're walking around at like 200. If you're a 205er, they're walking around at fucking 230.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, everyone's doing it. Everyone's trying to get that size advantage. That's why I think it's crazy what he did. Walking around at 53, fighting at 55.
Wow.
It's wild. It's unheard of. You will not hear of that nowadays.
Yeah.
But if everybody's doing it, let's say welterweight, right? Everybody.
Right.
So basically,
We're all
both guys are the same weight then before they did the weight cut.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. It's stupid. I always said that, like in wrestling, like I'm like, if you're a 41 cutting from 40, you're a 50, you're 49 pounder cutting 41. You know what I mean? Or 57. If we just all wrestled up before, we'd still be in the same weight class.
Right. That's
or at least with each other. You know what I mean?
So everybody's just trying to gain an advantage type of. And
also,
I think
in wrestling,
probably the guy. Sorry, go ahead.
In wrestling, in college wrestling, an hour weigh-in. You weigh in and you fight. You
Mickey-
wrestle an
Mickey
hour
talks
later.
about that a lot.
Like
so
with us, we have 40 hours, 30 hours, I think.
So he says you weigh 170. You say for like a half hour.
Yeah.
And then, so when you fight, what do you actually fight at?
I'm in the 90s.
You're in the 90s, really?
I'm like the high 80s and 90s. Yeah.
Really?
I'm probably like 53 when I weighed in at 35.
And what do you think? What do you think the guys were fighting at?
Oh, and at 55. When I was at 55, I think some of these guys were probably 80, 85.
Really?
Yeah. Facts. 100%.
Yeah.
So you were fighting guys 30 pounds heavier?
Yeah, 20 at least.
Wow.
And it had to be those guys that figured it out, right? When there was limited weight classes, it had to be those guys that were heavier. They're like, shit, those guys like Frankie Yeager out there that, they're struggle to make 155. If I'm a 185er and I can cut down and I can, rehydrate and I can fight him at 175, 180, I've got a power advantage, I've got a strength advantage. So it was probably when that was all dialed in. Now everybody does it, but at some point somebody was like,
how'd
figured
that work
first,
out for them?
I think
yeah, true, very
cutting
true.
weight's just part of it. I mean, I think wrestling probably introduced that to
That's
fighting
what I was
a lot.
gonna say. I think that's a carryover from wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone's cutting weight and trying to, be the bigger, stronger guy.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So probably the wrestlers brought it in there because not everybody in the UFC was a wrestler. Not everybody had that as a background. But.
Well, Roger makes a great point with the power. You saw it with McGregor at 55, and he was smoking everybody. Then when he went,
Well, really 45, right?
45, and then when he
55.
he looked like a skeleton.
But then
I've
he
never
he
seen a
did.
more sucked out, drawn out, like shell of a human being when he weighed in for that 145. It didn't even look like.
But
the
he
same
was
human.
crumbling people, and then he
crumbling
goes up
people.
against Diaz, and he almost seemed shocked that he was hitting him with shots that weren't bothering him.
Right.
So I have to guess that 20 pounds makes a huge difference in the
Yeah,
power.
oh, sure, definitely.
Yeah. That was a catch weight, right? Him and Nick.
I believe so. Yeah, Nate. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think was that
Was it 170?
I thought the first one was at 55. I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were both at 70.
One, I think, was a catchweight, I believe,
One was
at
definitely
least.
70.
Second fight, maybe. I don't remember.
Are you guys excited for McGregor and Chandler?
Yeah.
If it happens.
Oh,
I mean, that's how...
They he's still not in testing pool, right?
Is that right?
That's what I'm reading at
he
least.
looks like a gorilla.
He does. His face changed.
Mike O'Hearn. Michael Hearn. Is that what McGregor's on, the O'Hearn natural program?
I would guess. I mean, obviously, he came out to get on shit to rehab the leg injury, right? I'm sure that's why. So, and he just stayed on it probably. But listen, that fight, if it happens, like you said, which I think it will, he might need a little more time to make it happen. But I mean, who's not gonna? That's gonna be a fucking Chandler. Always brings it. Always. He never win, lose or draw. That dude brings it. I love watching that guy fight. He comes for KOs. He doesn't come to win decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his first or second round when he fought Poirier.
Yeah.
Seemed like it was 25 minutes. That one round.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're watching a good MMA.
Exactly.
There's so much
It's when the round
action.
is like, it seems like it's, you know what I mean? I'm like,
How are we
that's
still
my whole
going?
fight.
Yeah.
There are certain guys that get in there that you're just excited. You know what it's going to be every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And I think for like normies like me, you know, when you're out there and you're watching fights, like a 5-minute round is such a long time to be fighting.
For real.
It's so
the only thing
long.
you
Like,
probably
every fight you've most fights you've been into.
I was just going to say.
Probably 2 minutes.
normal-
If it's 2 minutes, that's a long
No,
fight.
not even
It's a
2
long
minutes, bro.
fight, man.
Yeah.
Not nowhere
5
near.
minutes on the treadmill is a nightmare for me. That's nobody even punching me.
Nowhere
That's a
near 2
nightmare.
minutes. I don't think I've ever been in a 2-minute fight, street fight.
Comedians can't do
I
5 minutes
yeah.
on stage.
I think everyone's
Startup
been under a
comedians
minute.
are 5 minutes.
Someone's getting
my
I did
street fights have been-
5 minutes of comedy.
You've
Oh, you
gone
did
over
5?
I did.
Well,
What was
you're
hard- what
wrapping
was
guys
harder?
up, bringing them down. Probably takes a little longer to get. I'm just swinging for the fences, and they usually.
I'm mostly
you
doing
mean?
the same thing in
Yeah.
street fights. I'm not big. Never been a big street fighter. I'm
Right.
trying to hit him, kill him, and get up. the
Yeah,
fuck
I'm
out
trying
of
to
there.
one shot and get in the car and get out before the cops get there. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do.
I shot the one plenty times with dudes where like we huddled up and we shot the one and went at it.
Yeah.
That's a big shout out to Rutgers here. Big shout out to shooting a fair one in Rutgers.
That's it.
That never happens.
Have you been in a street fight since you've been a professional fighter? I don't think you have, right?
No, not since I've been in the UFC.
Okay.
Yeah. Right before the UFC, I got into a pretty good banger at Seaside.
Yeah, is that that's the last one?
That was the last one I've ever been into outside of
Seaside Park.
Yeah.
Beach
Have there
Patrol.
been scenarios? This is for both you guys where you've had to think through and be like, "Listen, this is my career. I'm risking everything."
I've been in
No,
one
'cause-
since the UFC, but I've definitely been in one since the UFC.
You have.
for sure. But yeah, and,
Like-
and
like
as a
swinging.
professional. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
100%.
Well,
Not-
Nate
I
Diaz
never
has
look
won
for
every
it.
other weekend. Nate's
Yeah,
won.
no,
So
he's got
Yeah.
he's got.
he
one
don't
more.
seem to give a shit.
I don't.
so.
I never look for it, but also I
Right.
kind of look like a fucking normal ass white boy.
Yeah,
So, like,
you got that normal ass white boy look.
Yeah. They'd be like, I could probably fuck him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really. I mean, I can't see because you got to have. But you don't really have cauliflower in your bed, do you?
This one's fucked up.
Does
This
it?
one's-
Oh yeah. That one's a little fucked.
Yeah, so they catch me from the other side.
Yeah.
And like,
I look at this Abercrombie looking motherfucker.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Like, I'm gonna smack the shit out of him. Yeah.
You got to be careful about that these days, man. Like people, internet and the Netflix got
Anywhere
everybody
we
thinking.
go, people literally will come up to him and be like, wow, I wouldn't want to fuck with you.
Yeah, it's the other guy you got to worry about.
That's what he
Yeah.
always says.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not the one professionally violent.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing is,
everywhere it's funny.
they're right. But I'm not the one that can fucking really hurt you,
Yeah.
buddy. Like it's don't fuck with me. But at the same time, if you do fuck with me, just understand I'm the mid boss. The big boss comes next. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the guy in the middle of the video game, not the end of it.
You had a fight and a win over George Sullivan, right?
Yeah.
He's local. He's right here.
Yeah. I remember, actually, speaking of George, so I was training at AMA when I first started, and I remember he was like the CFFC champ, like one of the baddest dudes on the local scene. He beat like a couple of my training partners.
Mm-hmm.
So when they like offered me that fight, like I was excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I remember almost like looking up to him, like almost like being like, fuck, like, that's a bad.
You like those big name fights. You like
100%.
you called out CJ Punk and you were veritably unknown at the
I
time,
love
right?
how he called him CJ.
CJ.
What is it?
CJ Punk.
CJ Punk, yeah, hell yeah.
That's it.
He doesn't even know. He don't even
he's
know.
so
He's
so petty.
I'm listening to you, and I'm like,
cool as fuck.
His name's CM Punk.
CM
Punk is gonna watch this.
I like that.
And he's gonna
I
put on
highly,
his lipstick.
I highly
and you're
doubt he's
going
gonna
on
watch
the
this.
list. You're going on the
I
list.
highly doubt he's gonna watch this.
Oh.
But I got that
Silence of
reference.
the Lambs
I got that
song.
reference.
Put you on the list. Man,
Yeah.
I love you, CM Punk. I'm one of the cool guys. I think you're very underrated.
CJ Punk.
And the Philip,
He's back at it, right? Isn't he back
your
at it?
pipe
Yeah.
your pipe bomb hot mic on Raw was just for a mark like me was just fantastic. I mean, it got you fired, but I
AEW,
appreciate
right?
it. Yeah, he is all elite. Yeah.
All Elite Wrestling.
That's right, all elite.
Is that one that's on TBS or something like that? Or no? What is that? TNT?
I 86 cable like everybody else.
Yeah. I got rid of it.
I don't know. I check it out on the internet like all other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I like
that's it.
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy? You like it
I
since
do.
Alex Trebek is gone?
Oh, well, it's definitely not the same, but
It's not the
still the
same.
same questions, you know?
I disagree. To me, it's gone downhill. So like Alex Trebek was Alex Trebek and John Madden are the
passed away, right?
only two celebrities that ever died that actually like affected me.
John Madden.
When John Madden passed away, I swear to God, I felt like an uncle died.
Yeah,
Like I was
same.
like, Sundays will never be the same.
Yeah, he got
Like,
that voice, man.
Oh, it's even now like, you want to like go to sleep and you want to wake up happy. Put on like 2000 Giants against the Vikings in the NFC Championship. I listen to John Madden calling that 44-0 game.
Your kids and grandkids got that generational wealth though from his game,
Oh,
man.
hell yeah.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
They're fucking. They're good for the next 10 generations.
Yeah, John Madden is like they just don't make him like that anymore. He was a coach, like he was a teacher. I learned everything about football. I fell in love with football, and I learned about football by watching the games with him, man. And they kind of just don't do that anymore. It's I don't know if it's commercials. I don't know what it is, but I guess kind of MMA does that. UFC Cormier does a really good job of explaining what you're seeing, coaching
Yeah, for
a little bit.
Rogan was the best at it. Was the first at it, I'd say.
Yes.
Rogan was a really good job. He did a great job of like putting it in layman's terms for people at home.
Sure.
I thought,
I think Cormier is great at it, but Dominic Cruz and him seem to butt heads.
But Cruz butt heads was
He does,
everybody.
but he says he doesn't do his research. Like he
No,
said,
but he got into it with Bisbing one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, Bisbing's like, oh, you got to watch the overhook, and he's like, and they both could be right, bro. There's definitely more than one way to do stuff, you know.
Yeah,
And
Cruz is a
Bisbing's
little
like, I
bit
do
of
that
like
all-
a contrarian.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if he's kind of set in his own ways.
Okay.
If he hears something that
I think he's a great commentator.
No,
he
he's
really
good.
is. But
Yeah.
like,
No,
listen,
he's
you
a
can
very smart guy.
you can let your
But a lot
fellow partners up there like slide a little bit. You don't have to correct them on air.
I think
Yeah.
he's, a,
You know
he's
what I
a
mean?
very smart guy,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of smart guys think everybody else is dumb.
Yeah.
And think like kind of sometimes their way is the only way.
Right.
And that's
Right.
I see that with Cruz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
It was sad.
that
The fight
felt oddly
never.
personal. Nick.
You wish, motherfucker. I ain't calling you smart.
Yo, he's beat me 9 out of 10 games in chess. I've lost so much respect in his eyes. It's insane. Like,
Yeah, fucking
yeah, I'm a
idiot.
peasant.
Because you're a fighter. Are you competitive in everything? This fucking guy doesn't matter what you heard him just talk
Yeah.
about Jeopardy. Like if you went upstairs and turned Jeopardy on, he would be hell bent on beating you.
My
we
family-
went and drove like fucking exotic cars a couple months ago. He's like, I bet I beat you. Bet I beat you.
Yeah.
Everything. Are you like that? Is
Freddie,
everything
like-
a competition?
and I won, by the way.
I'm,
I did
I'm
win.
polite about
we didn't
it.
even race, dickhead.
I know, but I was right on your bumper the whole fucking time.
My family keeps score in Jeopardy.
Oh yeah, I do. I
keep score.
I keep it.
Yeah.
Is it like that for you though, Mickey? Like
Yeah,
you?
I'm definitely competitive,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna be a dick about it.
Right. Yeah, he's
You know,
kind
I'm
of a dick
aware
about
of
it.
the yeah.
No, I don't try to be a dick about it unless it's like for what I'm doing. Like,
No,
real.
I'm saying I make a concerted effort not to be a dick about it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like you have to.
Mm.
You know.
'Cause
But
you're- oh, yeah,
definitely,
I get
definitely
what you're saying.
competitive. Yeah.
I think it's just because it's me or concerned.
No, I'm a dick to you. Yeah.
What are your guys'
different.
thoughts on pickleball?
Pickleball. Oh, actually, no. You know who's doing that now? Isn't that kind of
You
like
guys- you guys
handball? A
haven't
little
tried?
bit like
No,
handball.
no.
You guys haven't fucked with
I've
me
never
yet.
done
Have
it.
you not played pickleball?
No,
damn.
have
I've got
not
the
played.
I've got the invite
I've
from
heard-
my buddy to
Yeah,
go
It's
play.
not like
We gotta
handball
get them
Or
on
what is it?
pickleball
It's like
court.
tennis
with a racket. Yeah,
with
right.
a racket,
yeah,
so,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like the wood. It's like a
Almost
wiffle
like a
ball.
wiffle
But you're
ball.
hitting
It's
it off
wiffle
a
ball tennis.
off a
What
wall,
wiffle-
right?
What wiffle ball is to tennis.
No,
pickleball
no.
is
It's
to.
back and
to-
forth
what
like
wiffle
tennis.
ball is
Oh,
to
it is.
baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
but like so,
It's 2v2, and it is hard.
Or it's 1-on-1.
it's hard.
It goes hard.
But
bro.
I'm saying it's like you have to be
No,
pretty.
it's not. It's not that hard. It's
Like,
pretty easy.
anybody can play.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. There's old
I'm
people.
saying
It's
not
like
anybody
for
play
old people.
tennis.
Yeah.
No.
It's for. It's like. I think it's for old people, but it's.
Why do you
fun
say
as
not
fuck.
everyone play tennis? Not everyone play tennis good. I've seen people in wheelchairs out there
Nah,
playing.
but I'm still saying like like to be a decent tennis player,
Sure.
you got to be somewhat athletic. Got to
competitor in him
hit the
again.
ball with the right angle.
So
I'm pretty sure pickleball an old person can play.
Yeah,
Facts.
but-
You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
made for them.
Bro,
Well,
more
it's so-
more old people play tennis than probably any other sport.
yeah. It was
fucking
made
guy,
for
man.
young kids to get them into tennis,
Bro.
but it ended up being like it's better than tennis.
Well, I'm
It's
being
better.
you
It's
for a
flat out
change.
better.
Yeah,
Doing what you're doing for a change.
I'm down to
I'm
go.
doing what
I'm
you
down
do.
to go back and forth, buddy.
Bro, I drive through go up Route 35, all those tennis courts. It's all old people out there. That's all it is old people.
I know, but I'm saying like to fucking look like a real tennis player.
yeah.
I don't think. I don't know. Pickleball.
Those are good athletes, bro. Those are
Yeah,
big time,
yes,
like big
yes.
time athletes.
Like you're running back and forth. Are you doing that in pickleball?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
look,
But like
yeah.
fucking like not
In
those long
one-on-one,
runs.
in
It's
one-on-one,
like a smaller court, right?
Don't look at me with those condescending
No, no, no,
eyes.
no.
Come
Bro,
out on
you
the
have
fucking
no
court.
idea.
I don't know. I'm asking.
We'll play $100 a point, and then we'll see how tough the game is. I don't know.
You see how quick he pegged you?
Pegged you?
It was condescending.
Yeah, he's like, if this fat fuck can play it, how hard can it be? I know what that look is. I get that look every day.
He figured you out. No, what have we been? 20 minutes on
I'm
it?
just,
Got you
I'm just
dialed
saying,
in already.
I'm just saying, if I was going to play Roger, it'd be easy.
Here we go.
Okay?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys ever played tennis? No.
Yes.
No.
You have.
Yeah. This
Then you're
fucking
gonna have
guy,
a little bit of
this
mix.
guy, he's from Maine. They didn't have sports in his town. He told me.
They did a lot of whale watching.
I had a varsity
Did a lot of
letter
whale
and
watching.
fly fishing and log rolling.
Solid. Log rolling?
Yeah,
You're lying.
varsity letter, yeah.
I literally
He
have
rolled
no
them right.
idea
He
whether
logged.
you're being honest or not.
He rolled those logs right in his mouth.
That explains the microphones. Roger, you don't need to take this shit, all right?
That's
Like,
every
you don't
podcast.
need
I'm
to
so
take this,
used to it.
okay?
I'm so used to it.
Just because they know
It's
they can
literally every
exhaust hump us
podcast.
doesn't mean, we can,
I was happy
Tell-
when he
tell him
started
what
off
cake tastes
insulting
like.
my
You know,
intelligence
it'll be
because at
terrible.
least it wasn't gay related. But he quickly,
Listen, that's
here we go. It's gonna be
no. I make fun of him being gay, old,
dumb.
and dumb.
Yep.
Most of the things are not true. Most of them. All right, most.
Your
of them.
guess. Your guess as to which.
So we
what,
had-
what are you boys doing later?
So we had Chrissy Mayer on our pod yesterday, and she's like going viral right
She's a
now
comedian.
for having these hecklers calling her transphobe and walking out of her show.
Oh wow!
And she's like,
because she's jokes.
she
about
made a
trans
joke
shit.
about Dylan
Chicks with
Mulvaney.
dicks.
It was like a
Yeah,
throwaway
yeah.
joke. She was
Bud
like,
Light joke?
yeah, she was like, you would think after a year of being a woman, he'd have some tits or something. Like it was a pretty throwaway joke, and they got offended and they walked out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Don't go to a comedy
why-
show.
why?
Do not go. I never understood that.
Where was this comedy show?
Dallas.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow, that's even more
I thought you were going to say
surprising.
the
Yeah.
city or something. I was
Well,
like,
Dallas-
Yeah.
Blue cities, pockets of blue cities in red states are the worst because they
yeah.
try way too hard.
Yeah,
They're like,
right,
we're
right.
not like those people from
I hear
Texas.
Austin is like that.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
But isn't Dallas a pretty conservative place though?
Not where Hyenas, the comedy club, is. Dallas is very large. This section is particularly artistic.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, long story
That's a
short,
way to say it.
they're very artistic Americans. So she's talking about these blue-haired land whales. I was like, hey, let's take it easy on that, Chrissy and Nick, as I'm trying to
You don't have blue hair.
That's what he says. He goes, oh, dude, you don't have blue hair. And it just took the life out of me.
Yeah,
I was like,
The perfect delivery.
It was great. It was
Yeah.
perfect, man. So, point is, I feel your pain, bro.
Yeah, bro. I get it every show, but
I got
listen, still his number one fan over here. You know?
Number
now I'm trying to make
one.
him feel bad.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Just spun in
I
a
like that
little bit.
little reverse psychology.
He's so much bigger than you. Does he have a fighter's chance if you were to scrap it out? Does he have a fighter's chance?
Do I?
I'm gonna say slim to absolutely none.
Slim to none.
Bro, but listen, and he's not wrong because he is a professional player. But he would say that about fucking Francis Ngannou if he wasn't here. He would say it about anybody.
Yeah.
That's how competitive that motherfucker is.
That's good. That's what you
I'm the
need.
same way.
One's
I would-
more realistic than the other.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not because he punched me right with like a 14-ounce glove on, and
Yeah,
then
I
weeks
saw
later,
that.
I got
listen.
him in the gut, and he's like, "Doesn't matter if it's you or Francis Ngannou.
No.
I'll
he's-
eat that shit."
No.
Yeah.
For a gut shot, yeah. I think for a gut shot, one, One good gut shot, I think I could fucking. And I know if I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I can pretty much eat mostly anybody's gut shot.
Not to give the producer homework here, but we need that slim to none ratio. We need to know where Ngannou is on the slim and where Roger is on the none.
Yeah. Put that up, can you? Did you do a little chart there?
Yeah. You know, when Mickey had his back injured, I thought, all right, if I was going to get him, if I was going to get him,
I'll tell you this: there was a period where I would have fucked myself up fucking you up.
That's exactly how he is.
But that time has passed, my friend.
Yeah.
I probably would have. Pulled a little fucking.
Because I think though, like people, you're a big guy. They like people that have no idea about fighting, right? They look at you. I'm a big dude. I'm 6'4", 250. You know, he's fucking 5 foot nothing, 165.
5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing.
So if you just eyeballed us and you didn't know anything, especially if we were out not here.
Wait a minute, are we wearing pants or not?
What?
When they're eyeballing us, we're getting eyeballed.
Tight shorts.
We're getting eyeballed.
But if you saw us out, like most people that don't know fighting, right, which I would say is more of the public than not, would put their money on me.
In
but
New Jersey,
for
everybody
sure, you know what I
thinks
mean?
they know about fighting.
If people know about fighting and just look at this guy's ears, they're like, that guy's probably gonna fuck that dude up.
For sure.
And listen, I'm bigger, I'm stronger. Like I could probably, keep him at bay for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But he's just so fucking technical and so good. He's got a never-ending gas tank. He's gonna get to you eventually.
So I played minor league
People
baseball.
don't get that.
I played minor league baseball for 5 years.
I said don't talk about it on the podcast, man.
And the same shit, you'd see somebody like swing and miss at a
That's
89 mile an hour
you
slider.
talk about minor league baseball on the podcast. That's your one.
Where'd you grew up in Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I was pretty big prospects. Thanks for paying attention. It's cool. No, it's no
You
big deal.
missed it, man. It's all right. You were doing other shit.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I was the number 2 prospect in the state.
He was in the middle of the story.
Yeah, anyway,
just cut him off. And
no, but the same
wanted-
shit.
He means he's paying attention to his career.
Didn't you just win Naga a half hour ago?
I won Naga. Yeah.
This guy's a jack of all trades,
Yeah.
bro.
Bro, he's had
Yeah.
like 9 lives. It's fucking crazy.
I really have. This is what happens when you're not
I
good
Googled
at
it.
Let me see your
I
varsity
bet
letter
it out.
in log rolling. Though.
I don't have a
You got
varsity
one of
letter
those?
in log rolling. I don't.
Fuck
I
all
don't
you
have
guys.
that, yeah. But the
got us on that, man.
but the wild thing is the only thing I could compare that to is I would watch these guys at a bar, drinking fucking Bud Heavies, going, "You're a fucking bum," and I'm like, that is a 90 mile an hour slider. That dude thought that ball was going to hit him in the face until a split second before it broke, man. Like unless you've stood in the box and seen it, you just have no concept, right? And now I did scrap a little bit. And I know about fighting, and what impresses me about these guys isn't the fight so much. Like, you can get out there and have a fight. Fuck it. I've got my ass kicked for free before. I'll go have a fight. I don't give a shit. I watched this dude do 3 practices a fucking day. Watch him wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, do a practice, eat, do a practice, come home, take a nap, go back to practice. Do that and just call it fucking Tuesday. That's wild. The story I was telling you when I thought, man, maybe I'll become an MMA fighter after I got done with baseball. Like, I saw you in the gym doing what you did, and I said that day.
Mickey, he wasn't leaving here without telling the story.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell the story. I said
I'll fuck with
that day. I'm like, nah, it's not me. Nope, it's not the fight. I'll fight. It's that shit every day.
That's the hard shit.
I'm good with him telling the story. It's just, telling his little war stories. From like every time there's a fighter on the podcast, he's like, listen, I was the Pan Am champ. I was there at Dante's gym. I was there.
Two-time Pan Am champ. Wow. It's not a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke.
It was long ago when it was far away, and it was so much better than it is today.
I bet your story is not that uncommon, though. I mean, I listen. I have no wrestling base because my high school didn't even offer. I had none of that, but.
You log rolled. He must not have some wrestling, bro.
He and Steve Rivera over at the barn, they opened up like a little 2-day a week. I wouldn't even call it MMA school. What do you call it? Like a I don't know. What were we calling it back in the barn days? Was it MMA training classes?
Yeah. Well, we were just
and I was
teaching
probably
that was the wrestling. When you guys had the barn over there, it was like wrestling was going on.
It's wrestling. Steve Rivera runs that. It's
that was
club,
like a legendary
it's
thing.
still there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
legendary.
TCNJ
The
guys
hottest
Steve
gym
Rivera,
you've ever worked out in your life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever worked out in a hotter fucking place than that?
No.
That's
definitely.
the hottest place I've ever stood in. Hotter than your sauna. But anyway.
Well, not that, but yeah. It was hot.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
But I probably trained there with Frankie for maybe like a year and shit, a couple days a week, whatever. But maybe my third class, and I'm no wrestling brace, no nothing, right? Just fucking straight off the street. Had none of that. No qualifications
Tank
whatsoever.
fucking
Probably my
Roger.
third class. I'm like, I'm gonna be a fighter.
Hell yeah.
I'm fucking be a fighter. You
Let's
know what I
do
mean? Yeah. So
Well, in heavyweight, it's probably not that. There's what are there like 6 heavyweights? There's like 190 guys in your
you
weight
seen
class.
Francis
180 guys in
McDonald?
yours, and there's like 5 heavyweights.
I don't know, man.
Let's do it, man. You want it? Like, you ever hear about the Fat Guy Treaty?
What's the
Let
fat
me
guy
introduce
treaty?
you to the Fat Guy Treaty. This is the way you
We
train.
don't fight?
No, these guys go nonstop, do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Shark Tank bullshit where you roll for 90 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Fat Guy Treaty is in the middle of the roll. Whoever gains position, let's say you pass guard, there's a little treaty. There's like a little 5 seconds. Let's catch our breath.
I
before we
like
keep
that.
rolling.
I like that.
All right. Pass it.
It's unwritten rule.
It's an unwritten rule. It's all right. Are you ready? You ready? All right, we'll go again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little mini tap and then like a tap back in. Yeah, we're gonna breathe for a minute.
Little known fact, you make fun of where I grew up, but I grew up with Tim Sylvia, who was one of the first heavyweights.
Really? Tim
Yeah,
Sylvia?
Grew up with Tim, yep.
He's not from Brazil?
They build him tall.
No
Tim
shit.
Sylvia, he's a fucking hillbilly.
He's out in Idaho now, but
You
he
don't
grew
know
up
who Tim
with
Sylvia is?
I did. I just
grew
thought
up
he
with
was
me.
like
The Maniac.
6'10".
Yeah.
6'10".
No, it's like 6'8", I think,
They don't
yeah.
make those in Brazil.
I guess
Well,
not.
He
no.
threw me out of a bar on my 21st birthday and then let me back in because he felt bad for me.
No
but,
shit.
yeah.
Wow, no football for you? Nothing up there, huh?
They didn't listen. Like, just to give you
Kind of
some
gay high school. Shit.
You too? You guys
What
fucking
kind of shit high school?
I don't
just to
blame
give you
I blame the fucking
just to give you an idea how small it was,
School
right? Like
system.
seven different towns, like Toms River, probably square footage the size of Toms River, bigger probably, went to my high school. So 7 towns in one high school, and there was less than 350 kids in the entire high school.
His first kiss was his sister.
Yeah.
What she before I judge, what she look like? Let me see a pic.
Listen,
It doesn't matter.
it's-
Does it not matter?
That doesn't matter because I was a kiss. I
you
fucked
think
my
like
cousin.
Adriana Lima?
What? She was hot.
What?
So no, I didn't fuck my cousin.
No, I respect this. I respect
He
it.
buys
I
it.
wish
This guy
that
buys
was
it.
so bad.
I know, I'm saying your options were
So you-
slim up
wait,
there.
His name was Tim, and he
So
was
you're
cute.
telling me. So you're telling
Sylvia?
me,
You still want to see a picture of it?
no matter how hot your cousin is, no way.
No.
So you're telling me your cousin is Adriana Lima, and there's just no shot.
Jesus.
Dude, did you
well, my
see
cousin
Adriana Lima?
isn't.
Did you see the
Adriana
updated
Lima,
picture of
so-
her?
No good.
Supposedly, oh my, does not look the same.
No
bro.
good.
No bueno.
No bueno.
Yeah.
Well, good thing she's my cousin. She's off limits.
All right, throw that around the room. If you had an extremely
No,
Wait,
let's
we're
throw
talking
this one around.
First
I
cousin?
believe
First
Roger
cousin.
gave me a fucking answer to this one that I didn't really appreciate it very much.
Go ahead. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
Andrew Tate.
I didn't give you an
Yes,
answer.
you
to
did.
that.
No,
I
no.
didn't.
Let me.
I tried to explain it
No.
to other people you were telling it to because you didn't explain it very well. I didn't agree with it. I
You,
wouldn't do that.
wouldn't fuck Andrew Tate? Monster.
Listen. Andrew Tate was on film saying this, right? He's talking about, I don't know how he brought it up, but anyway, he's saying you got the hottest chick. She's hot, smoking hot, good body, face, but she's got a dick. So she's really not a chick, right?
That's, yeah, so you got a really hot
Or
dude.
you have Hulk Hogan with a pussy. Hulk Hogan with a pussy. Tits, no dick.
So Brooke Hogan.
I
You
already
got,
know
yeah,
his
right.
name.
All right. So you gotta stick it to one of them.
Yeah, so you're either fucking a Thai
I know
lady boy or
his
Brooke
answer.
Hogan.
Right.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You're going for fucking Brooke Hogan.
I'm going Brooke Hogan.
Listen, I'm going for the vagina. I'm not going for the dick and balls. I'm going for the vagina. Fucking Roger
I did not-
was saying, well, she's hot, bro. She's really hot.
He's lying.
What?
He's lying.
What?
I never fucking said that.
You'll fuck a hot
I
guy
never
over
said
an
that.
ugly chick?
I
That's
never
basically
said
what we
that.
got to here.
This fucking guy is
No, is that-
pull that back up? Did I say that ever? Pull that episode up. Did I
yeah.
ever say anything remotely close to that? No. I was just trying to explain it better than he did. 'cause
Okay,
he had
then
a-
say it. Explain
No,
it.
you explained it better that time than you did the first time around. You fucking idiot. I never, ever once said I was picking the dude, ever.
Okay.
You
Hey, Mickey,
moron.
would you rather fuck an ugly chick or a hot dude?
I gotta go ugly chick.
Ugly chick.
Also-
Slick and thick,
also
ladies and
rather,
gentlemen, where we give you the answer straight. Fucking what? It's not even a hard question. Let's do something hard here.
This guy
Well,
just-
Andrew Tate
he makes
was saying-
up his own
No.
reality,
What
though.
was
Andrew
Tate's
Tate
take?
was saying she's fucking hot. I'm not gonna go fuck some ugly fucking
Yeah.
what? I'm like, you're fucking an asshole with
That makes
balls
you
in your
gay.
face.
Yeah.
And right, Roger. I don't know, man. You and Andrew Tate, bro.
Yeah.
You and Andrew
He
Tate.
just makes reality whatever he wants it to be.
So we actually had a couple girls on our podcast, 2 girls, 1 blunt, and they said
wait. 2 girls, 1 butt.
two girls, 1 blunt. They're 2 girls, 1
blunt.
blunt. Yeah, fun.
Like, remember
fun.
that's from like You guys remember that, right?
Oh yeah, he watched the video.
Two Girl,
on
One
their
Cup?
podcast,
Yeah.
I made them rewatch that.
Wait, did they know that? Did they get that from? Okay.
Yeah.
But they've seen the video, right?
Yeah,
oh
and
god,
I made them
yeah.
rewatch it, and they all fucking.
A lot of people say that wasn't real. I believe that was 100% real.
I,
Nobody-
my,
No.
my friends tried to
Can't
tell me
be.
that
It was
was
like ice cream or some
My
shit.
friends tried to tell me
No.
it must have been a Jersey thing. 'Cause my friends tried to tell me I was ice cream too.
Yeah.
Has to be ice cream.
I don't
think
believe
fucking
it.
way.
I don't believe
Has
it.
to be, right?
I don't
Dude,
believe
That's
it.
they're getting. They've got to.
Wait, how can it be ice cream? Isn't there a whole video?
Can I
Isn't there
tell
like a
you
short
why?
video of them just licking it, and there's a whole video of one holding an ice
Let me
cream
tell
cone
you,
on the
because
other one's butt? I think.
Let me tell you, because I've watched this. It was a cup.
Yeah,
I've watched this recently, right?
I'm sure you have.
When
Maggie.
on their podcast, not for my own pleasure. But
fucking ball gag in his mouth.
When they tasted it, you saw in their face
The disgust.
that wasn't ice cream.
That was not ice cream.
Really? What?
Not ice cream.
What?
You see, they tried to make it look sexy.
You can read the eyes. Yeah.
If they were that good of actresses, they wouldn't be in that situation.
And that was soft serve too. It was soft serve. It wasn't hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Yeah.
No, I won't do that.
Give 2 beers to G and he's singing
little
ballads.
meatloaf.
Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Is that the
Meatloaf.
second Meatloaf song of the?
God damn it! It is the second Meatloaf.
What was his first? What was his
And
first?
it was long away, and it was so
Yes,
much
yeah,
better than
yes.
it is today.
Fucking Meatloaf.
Phil Rizzuto was so angry that's what his voiceover was used for, as it turns out.
Yeah, it was about fucking.
Yeah, he was so mad.
Phil Rizzuto, the Yankee Clipper.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Yeah. So he
That was
used to.
Joe D, right?
Well,
The
Joe
Yankee
D was the
Clipper.
Yankee Clipper. Yeah. Yeah, but Phil Rizzuto used to do the
The
games.
skipper.
Yeah.
The skipper. What do they call him now? Didn't they call him
Scooter.
the Scooter?
Scooter.
That was it, yeah.
The Scooter. Yeah.
Or as they called him in Billy Madison, Raruda.
Rudo. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's so. Anyway, long story short, these girls were like super into pegging guys, and they're like, well, "You wouldn't let a girl peg
fuck!
you."
It's funny. I got a story.
And I'm like,
So what? They wear a dildo?
yeah, and this is like a
man.
thing. This is a
Man,
thing
how'd
that
you
they're
just
super
brush over
into now,
Roger
man.
saying he's got a story about that.
I
Wait,
wasn't
you
pegged.
just said I got a story about
Okay.
being pegged?
See this
Yeah.
guy.
Holy
Do you see what he does?
I
Do you see
didn't
what
say
he does?
nothing.
I
You just. I didn't say it.
Roger's
What the
influencing me now.
Do you see what he
Bro,
does?
I'm getting
I
into
didn't
it.
say
Let
it.
me just let Frankie's gonna announce to the world now that I've been pegged. All right, so here's my story.
What are you
Frankie,
talking about?
Are you ready?
He just said
ready?
you have a story about being
Yes.
pegged.
Are you ready?
That's what Mickey just said.
Are you ready for the story? Are you
my
ready?
God,
Are
oh
you
my
ready?
God, a story?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
This story is
So
brought
I was
to you
just
by
in Florida.
Carton Brewery.
I was just in Florida. I was down there with some friends in Lauderdale, literally like 2 weeks ago. Right? Went down for the
You
weekend.
don't
What
hit
the
us up
fuck?
when you're down there?
You were there?
The
That's where
actual
we live,
fuck.
bro.
Really? We were at the wharf like every day. You love the wharf? I
What
love
the
wharf.
fuck?
Get out of here.
What
the fuck?
I'm out of here.
Fuck, bro.
it.
I didn't know you guys were down there.
Yeah.
So anyway,
You know why,
can I
Roger?
get back to my
You know why,
pegging
Roger?
story? It's very important.
Because you never asked. You
Yeah,
were too
it's-
busy getting pegged to hang out with your friends.
Now I get it. Now I get it.
So-
Actually, better off you didn't hit
So
us
the
up.
first day we're at the Tiki Bar. I forget the name of the hotel. It's where they do the celebrity boxing shit. Anyway, we're at this Tiki Bar, right? And it's pretty busy. Beach is packed. It's right on the beach. And there's a girl out there. I noticed her out there, like tatted head to toe, purple hair. Like she's kind of like, you know, front and center.
Dad,
She's-
nowhere to be found.
She's like basically holding up a sign that says, "Look at me," right? So anyway, me and my friends that I was down there with, they're all at the bar, and this girl kind of tries to like sneak in between us. So obviously, like she wants to say something, right? She starts talking to my buddy Joey, right? And so someone makes a joke about a butt, and she's like, "Oh, I'm into butt stuff. Like, have you ever had a girl put it to my friend?" And I'm overhearing this, right?
Oh, it's the
See, here we go,
fucking
here we
antenna.
go, here we
The
go.
antenna went up.
10 minutes later, she's pegging
In
me. No.
fairness to Roger, as soon as she was like, "I'm into butt stuff," I was into that.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
then when
paying
she was like,
attention.
to the
but
guy.
her and Joey got this banter. My friend got this banter going back and forth, and she's like, "Yeah, I've pegged all my boyfriends, and they love it. They
What?
act like they don't like it at first." This girl that was on the beach 5 minutes ago is now literally within a minute of talking to her. Is
Her name
talking.
wasn't
I don't
Jamie
believe
by
it.
any
I
chance.
don't
Was her name
remember.
Jamie?
I don't remember. But and Joey's indulging it, and he's
Jamie
laughing,
Lee
and
Simmons.
he's carrying on. But she's telling us about her ex that she just broke up with, who loved it. They couldn't get enough of it, right? And we're both like, I don't think that's our thing. You know what I mean? So she leaves. She's back out on the beach. She comes back for her next drink right back into the pegging conversation, right? So now I'm trying. Now we got
She
girls.
thinks she's got one on the
now,
hook.
now we got like
He does.
Now we got like good looking girls around. So I'm trying to like.
Wait, so this the pegger wasn't that good looking?
No.
Oh, dude, get the. She ain't good looking. She's
No.
convincing dudes to. Those dudes are not. Those dudes.
Oh wait.
wanna be pegged.
So if she was beautiful, you'd let her peg you?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just
good
saying.
question.
Excellent.
No,
Good
I'm
question.
just saying that she's.
Excellent
Like,
point.
how she's.
I don't know.
Ugly and she's fucking dudes.
I'm just saying.
If she looks like Adriana
It's-
Lima and she's not your cousin,
It started out. Yeah, he's in.
Hey,
It
wait,
started
real
out
quick, real
as
quick. Is there a girl hot enough for
fun
you guys to
banter.
let
No.
peg?
No.
Exactly. Thank you.
No.
That's the correct
wait,
answer.
wait,
Is
wait,
it
wait,
America?
wait, wait, wait,
Gerard?
wait, wait. Are you three going to sit here and fucking lie to me? That
Pet,
there's
like-
not a girl walking this fucking
Maybe
planet
tickle
Earth?
it, but no penetration. No.
Yeah.
No,
That-
that's
nope,
gonna
I ain't putting
fuck
nothing
you
in
with
me,
a
bro.
fucking thing.
No.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
Little tickle.
I agree with you. I would
Yeah.
never.
Yeah.
100% on
So
board.
anyway, she comes back, right? Same thing, talking about it. Like now she knows like Joey. She's got Joey's attention, and I'm listening. And I'm like, that's fine. I've never met a girl that fucks dudes, right? So anyway, she's talking about it and how her ex loved it or whatever. Well, she goes back to the beach with her drink. She's with a couple friends, right? Third time, now we have some good-looking girls to talk to, right? They're next to us. We're talking. We're jiving. We're all singing songs together. Having the time of our life.
This sounds like a
Next-
great time at the wharf, doesn't it, Mickey?
No, we were at Tiki Bar. We're at Tiki Bar. But next thing, I feel
that's
a
better.
poke on my asshole.
Oh no, she was trying to
Bro,
peg you.
I turn around and it's her, like fucking giggling. Like, boop, you know what I
You
mean?
literally-
I was like, yo, listen.
You had one on the hook. She had one on the hook.
She was thinking that.
She was thinking one of these dudes are gonna let me fuck him in the
You were
ass.
the one.
So that was the end
She
of it.
threw out the
But-
butt signal, not the bat signal, the butt signal.
I like that.
And there you were.
Yes.
She's like, I'm gonna take down this 6'4", 265-pound man. What about it do you think excites these girls? Do you think your asshole is attractive on your knees?
No.
I don't get it
No.
either. I have no
I
idea
don't
what's
understand that.
attractive about
They
that.
just
No.
want to dominate. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even understand why
not
women
into
have
that.
sex with me normally. Like, this is gross. Like, as soon as a girl has sex with me, I immediately lose respect for her. I'm like,
It's
you
funny.
just did that?
'cause
You're
like,
fucking
when you're
disgusting.
in the
Have you
mood-
no respect for yourself?
When you're in the mood, right, and you're talking to like a hot chick or whatever, and you're you're horned up or whatever, and you send her a dick pic, right? And you're like thinking that's fucking great, she's gonna love it or whatever. And the next
You
day
just described a felony,
The
Roger.
next day, yeah, no, I didn't say she was 12, you idiot. The next day you wake up and you like
He
look
doesn't
at
know how the law works.
you look at what you fucking sent. You're like, my God, that is fucking just. You just feel
gross.
guilty. You just
It's
feel
fucking
gross.
gross.
You're like, why would a fucking? It's just ugly. You know
Have
what I
you
mean?
ever looked at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, I look good today? And then a second later be like, but chicks
100%.
look so much fucking better.
Yeah,
Like, I
100%.
totally get lesbians. I get it. I do
I think
not
women
understand
are
gay
beautiful,
men
so
at
I
all.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like milk comes out of the breast. All of us have had a breast in our mouth at one point or another. I get it. Shit comes out of your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait. I like that's.
And mind, how about this?
Shit comes out of a girl's ass.
I know.
but
Yes,
I put it in a girl's
yes,
ass.
that's what I'm saying. That's what kind of was the
Yeah.
point I was gonna say. Like, and yo, if say you wanted the ass so bad, why are you going for a hairy asshole?
Yeah.
Go for a fucking one that's nice and pink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what
Yes.
the fuck? I don't
You're
understand.
Right. You're right. Get yourself a young, tight male asshole. I agree. Why are you going after Roger's asshole? Go get yourself a 21-year-old.
Lost almost all of its
21-year-old
elasticity.
Mickey Gall,
Yeah.
a fresh.
Yes.
That's what CM Punk thought he was getting. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get some of that fresh asshole. Oh, I'm gonna get some of that man mussy. I'm gonna get that bussy. I'm gonna get that bussy.
Oh, dude, nah.
Next thing you know, you're mounting him. Terrible.
Rear mount at that.
Yeah.
It's a rear mount.
It's like amazing that you guys are the manliest fucking men on earth, but 90% of what you do is pretty homoerotic.
It's a lot of wrestling around your underwear.
It's a lot of like getting naked
A lot of
and
faces and
sweating
crotches.
on men. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
trying to dominate another.
Yeah,
group,
let's
right?
let's work north south today. You guys want to work
Yeah,
north south? Let's
yeah.
work north south. I don't know.
North South's not very erotic, homoerotic.
It's
Not if you're doing it right.
Frankie's got a list of what the most.
Yeah, I mean, you're head to head, bro. You're fucking
should be,
your
exactly.
sexual organs are far away from each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's more sensual. It's like that kiss in Spider-Man, you know.
That's a good point.
What are the top 3 most homoerotic holds? Could like somebody that's a super homophobe just tap from a position?
What's
Like,
that
no.
one? What's the one where you got Shogun and Vanderlei when he's got like seatbelt grip and he has his back and they're like this? It fucking looks so fucking.
It's a famous meme.
Yeah.
I love you. Whisper it in my ear. I can't quit you.
Brokeback Mountain shit.
Mickey's getting ready to swing over here. Defend all things MMA.
I'm trying to think about the most homoerotic position.
You do a podcast with this guy weekly. How can you keep a straight face?
Twice a week.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you keep a straight face?
Yeah.
Bi-weekly.
I just got that.
50-50?
Yeah.
That's a little scissory.
Yeah.
That's a little scissory. 50-50. Not a lot of 50-50 in MMA, I guess, though. That's
Yeah.
What is your backstory? How do you guys know each other? You had sex together, clearly.
and it was great. He's a caring lover.
Mickey's pink asshole.
Yeah.
I can't even say that with a straight face.
It was an honor, frankly.
And let's keep it that way.
No, how do you guys? I mean,
I was on a podcast.
he was cheering you on during your no-gi championship.
I was on a podcast called the PBD Podcast, and very popular podcast, and you know.
And I'm like a mafia junkie. Like I like all the mafia stories. So Sammy the Bull was on it, and I've listened to maybe 1,000 podcasts in my life. Right, one person I ever reached out to from a podcast was him. He started talking about, it was during like COVID times and all that bullshit, and he started talking like just some real shit, some like, you know, some truth. So I reached out, I was like, yo bro, like keep talking the way you're talking, people need to hear that shit. G's a big like fucking political guy, you know what I mean? I'm not a big political guy, but
we are, but we don't talk about it because you just get banned. So anyway, go ahead.
Roger's is more political.
I remember last time we were down here, we were talking about
we'll chop it up after
Davids and shit, yeah. But so I reached out, hit him up, and he like reached back, was like, yo, what up? Mickey G, he's like, apparently it turns out he bet against me on CM Punk.
I'm a big fan of yours, but you owe me $1,000 because I bet on CM Punk only because I thought it was a work. I thought it was going to be fixed. There's no, you know what I mean? It's CM Punk's worth so much money. Why would Dana put him in with somebody who could beat him? What the fuck, Dana? Jesus.
Because Dana, I think, wanted to show like, yo, this ain't fucking what you think, my man.
And he did.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And he did.
Like Brock's not like a regular wrestler. Brock fucking was a national champion.
he's
you know what I mean? Like
that was the fastest I've ever lost. I knew within 2 seconds of that fight that money was gone.
That was first round, second minute, I think, right? First round, second minute? Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
From the way they engaged, I was like, oh, fuck. This is not good.
And I'm not hating on the guy. That's such a hard guy because I'm not even a wrestling fan, but I do respect the guy, but like, he just wasn't cut for. He wasn't cut out.
Dude,
for
even
it.
up to the weigh-in, up to the weigh-in, I was like, "This is a work." He's acting like so. The way he was acting during the weigh-in, I was like, "This is a work." There's no way. There's no.
I think he was like. I like him. I
do like him.
I see he's nice to me and shit. I'm not like that, but I think he got caught up in the moment, like he was still in the WWE, bro.
You know why I like him? Because he was at the top of his game in one thing, and he walked away from it to try something else. And I really do think
he didn't walk away. He got fired.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's very important.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was forced out.
Oh,
so when I talked about when I talked about the pipe bomb earlier, he was his own worst enemy. So his whole thing has always been like this self-pity, like.
Well, he's very popular. Why would he be cut?
Because he's popular because he's an actual mark. He's a wrestling fan that got into wrestling. So like, you know, he went after John Cena he went off script talking about this dude is like, you know, not even a real wrestler. This guy was a failed bodybuilder and all he's doing is using wrestling to get into Hollywood. So like, he would go off script and the wrestling fanatics would be like, yes, this is our boy. And then one day he had what they call as the pipe bomb, where it was live on Monday Night Raw. And it turned out that he wasn't getting what he wanted in his contract, and he wasn't going to be the champ, and he wasn't going to get headline WrestleMania. So he went off on the company, spilled all their dirt live
off script
on Raw.
Wow.
And that was the last day Phil Brooks was ever in the WWE. And there was no AEW back then. There was no money, and WWE was smart. They're doing what Fox is trying to do with Tucker Carlson now. They're like, we're not firing you. We're going to keep paying you.
Can't go elsewhere.
But you're iced out. You're not on any of our promotions. That's it. You're dead.
Right.
So he leaves, right? And then the whole UFC thing comes out and this and that. Now, my question is this. At what point did you know that he stood no chance? At what point did you know that this was no shot?
I'll tell you. So I was watching a UFC and I remember him getting an interview with Rogan. And they were like, "This guy just signed with the UFC." I didn't follow wrestling. I didn't know who he was.
Same.
And I saw him doing that thing, and I was like, "Huh." There's like here's a new guy in the UFC. About like a couple weeks later, I got a call from. I was fighting my first pro fight. I got a call from Frankie Perez.
Yeah. It's our boy.
Yeah. He he was the promoter for Dead Series. That's what I was fighting for. And I looked at the call and I was like, "Fuck!" Like, here comes another guy pulling out. You know what I mean? You know how it happens, fucking regional shows. I answered the call, like, hey, what's up, Frankie? And he was like, hey, I got big news. Dana's going to be at the fight. Dana White.
Oh, this is when you set it up to call him out.
And immediately in my brain, I was like, I just saw there's this 0-0 guy going to fight in the UFC. I'm going to be 1-0 after my fight.
Yep.
Maybe I'll, like, throw up a little Hail Mary, call this guy out, and that's what happened. So
Worked out perfect,
I beat that guy in, like, 2 minutes, and then I called him out. And then I didn't hear shit about it. Like, I signed, like, a waiver, like, that it could get released. And I was watching the UFC with my dad, and all of a sudden, like, there's this commercial for the Dana White looking for a fight, and the whole fucking thing was about me.
That's awesome.
It's fucking wild. Like,
That's
it was crazy.
awesome, bro.
Super
Well,
surreal.
you skipped something in there. You busted the dude up and turned to Dana and were like, yo, Dana.
Yeah, I called him out after the fight.
Yeah,
He was humble about it. He just said won the fight. You got a little more detail in there.
Yeah.
You busted him up.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, so
At the end of the day, it is makes
So
the
I didn't
fucking
hear
goal.
shit. I was trying to beat my or book my second, regional fight.
Right.
Just get on my path, and then all of a sudden I see that shit, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like,
So
shit
wait,
might
you went
actually
from
happen.
one regional fight straight to the UFC?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sammy's.
Yeah.
I think because that was perfect though. That was the perfect storyline for CM Punk being 0-0.
It had to. I knew how the athletic commissions had to work. Like,
Right. They couldn't put him against a guy even 6-0.
Ballsy.
And even
That's a
knowing
ballsy move,
Dana
man.
White was there, if I call, it was like, yo, I want to fight Robbie Lawler, who's a champ.
Yeah,
He'd be
yeah,
like, shut up,
big fight,
idiot.
yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
What'd you
But
guys
still,
think
But
about?
I knew
What'd you think about CM Punk coming in?
when I seen, like, you never know, and I didn't know. You don't know he's a wrestler. A lot of wrestlers are former athletes in some way, shape, or form. So I didn't know, but I think when I seen they showed him shadow boxing before the match. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's in trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So,
Fuck
look,
yeah.
That was
What was it about the shadow
wait,
boxing?
Hold on, time out. To answer that question, you asked me when I knew, or you asked me when I knew, like,
You had his
when I
number?
saw that shit. I saw that shit, and I started thinking though, I was like, is this guy that good of an actor?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a
Is this
setup?
He can act like he's that unathletic,
Yeah.
and make it seem like So that was.
You know what it reminds me a little bit of?
Interesting.
Is, Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz just had that like final fight or whatever. A couple old men in there. Actually, Tito's still doing all right, but they showed Chuck like shadow boxing, and I was like, tell me he's playing possum. Tell me that's not like real footage. And I'm a fucking Iceman fucking fanatic.
Sure.
Like, I love that guy, but I was like, tell me that was he's setting that up to play possum and be like, that's what he's got. And it wasn't. If you saw the fight, bro, that was it. That's what he had. You know.
So much of this from the outside looking in is it seems like mentality and like will. Most money I ever made in a fight, most money I ever made gambling ever in my life was on Holly Holm to beat Ronda Rousey.
No way, you bet on Holly.
Big time. And I'll tell you
What
why.
made you do that?
She got a nose job to go into the Expendables. And they talked about that before the fight. And I said, this bitch, her head's, nobody is worried about being the champion of the world, and they're fixing things that are broken.
Good call. Yeah.
That's that. So that was, to me, was the biggest.
Wait, Ronda has a fucked up nose before that? I thought she was always good
she
looking.
had a
Probably
nose.
septum.
Yeah, she had a nose job,
cosmetic, not
and then she
cosmetic, but
spent
like
all that time
medical.
on set.
Yeah.
And having spent time on set myself, I'm like, she's not. There's nobody training with her on set. It's not happening, man. So I was like,
Right.
if there was ever a time, and Holly Holm was like, it was like 5 to 1.
I feel like that was a lead-in for us to be like, what movie were you
I just
in?
wasn't surprised. I just wasn't surprised.
Small
I just
things.
wasn't surprised. I mean, like, I wasn't surprised when it happened.
No, we weren't surprised.
I mean, I was.
Everybody was. I was ready to rock. I
Not
was
that
so
I thought
happy.
it was gonna. Not that I thought it was gonna happen, but I knew Holly Holm.
I just don't think somebody who's sparring every day gets a nose job. That's what I was thinking. There's nobody that's in there putting the work in that gets a nose job. And I could have been completely wrong, but I saw that and I was like,
How about Botox?
That was a highlight of Holly Holm's career by far. But
is that all we?
How about Botox?
I feel like that's.
But then
a
when she
setup.
fought Amanda Nunes, like Ronda actually tried to stand in the pocket and bang with her, which I couldn't believe she did. You know, she was the queen of arm bars, right? Arm barring everybody left and right.
Sure.
She stands in the pocket with Amanda Nunes, arguably the greatest striker in women's history.
Yeah.
And tries to bang with her. I couldn't believe she did that.
Dude,
remember she did no press for that? Zero press for that.
I'm a
whole
casual,
fucking fight.
and I talk to Mick about that all the time. And I sit here and I go like, why did
Couldn't
they
believe
not
it.
take?
Well,
him
they
down
say it
like
was her coach, right? What's his name? He was standing in the corner, fucking.
Well, the one-
head movement.
Yeah,
Well,
because
one-
Ronda doesn't have double legs and single legs. She's all upper body, so it's hard. Something doesn't engage with you. It's hard to throw someone.
Well, I mean, I'm a huge Thug Rose fan, but I like that
Huge.
last fight. I
Love
just don't
her.
get it. Like
I don't get
Nobody
that either.
does. Nobody
I think,
does.
well, my thing is that she lost to her in Ultimate Fighter show, right? That was
Okay.
a long time ago. Remember, for the title.
Yeah.
That was that season. Carla Esparza won the title through that.
He called it. He called it before.
She had that onesie on. Remember that fight?
What, before the first one or the?
No, he called. He called on our show. He called Carla Esparza for the
upset.
Nah, you're wrong.
I would have never picked her to win that ever.
Alexa Grasso.
Oh, Alexa Grasso. I'm sorry, Alexa Grasso.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that is, I think she was just so worried about the takedown, she just didn't open up.
Really?
I mean, must have been. That's the only thing I can think of. She didn't do shit. That was a tough fight to watch.
She never disappoints, and that was a disappointing fight. Yeah.
There was another one we watched
Still
in the
a huge fan.
PFL where a guy was going for $1 million and he just didn't throw a punch for 3 rounds. It was wild to watch.
You know the fight that I just watched recently that I was disappointed in, and he's a phenom. Fucking Cron Gracie. What did you think of that fight?
I think.
What did you think of that?
So
Like he looked
I
like Dana said it best. Looked like he was fighting back in 1995. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Did.
I like Cron a lot. If you're gonna pull guard, number one, you gotta sweep, submit, or get up quick.
Right.
You know
don't
what I
pull
mean?
guard to hit people with the
To
fucking
hang out
heel,
there.
the heel
that
kick.
shit don't work. If you're on the bottom MMA criteria, you're losing. Right. So you got to either get it done or get up.
Yep.
So I think my biggest thing is from the clinch. Could have done more. I liked the way he was fucking walking him down, but like from the clinch, he's got to get nasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So before he's looking to pull guard and all that shit, like I thought he needed to get nasty from the clinch.
But yo,
use some
try
elbows, some
like
dirty boxes,
the way he pulled
something.
guard was like for very defensive, not offensive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's like in jiu-jitsu world, he was wild. He was fun to watch. He would like jump in this, fly in that. Like why not try that shit? You know, throw it all out.
In the lead up, and I don't know, you guys probably rolled with the guy or whatever, or at least know him a little bit. I mean, obviously he comes from a legendary family, but the build up to that fight, the pressers, all that, bro, he's built different. He doesn't want to even be there. He's just like staring at his feet. They ask him a question, he like looks up and like relaxed is usually good in a fight, right? That calmness it worked. It didn't work well for him in his fight at all. You know, he's very, very relaxed in all aspects of it, and he gets in the fight and literally just basically totals up and lays on his back.
That dude Jourdain he fought was
pretty good.
He's a striker, right?
He's good too. And
He's
well rounded.
Yeah.
He
like
can
on the
defend
ground,
takedowns. Yeah.
And if you're on the ground, you know you're fighting a Cron Gracie. You've got your you know to be ready for the arm bars and ready for the triangles and different shit down there. So. Yeah, I think that dude, he had his eyes dotted, his T's crossed,
but they both had a game plan, right? I mean, obviously, Cron had a game plan too. It just didn't
I don't
work
know.
out.
I don't know if he did. What
It
do you
didn't
think,
look
what do you
like
think his
it,
game
but-
plan was?
I mean, it was to get him to the ground one way or the other, but he had to get back up, and he every time he tried to pull guard, he just stayed there, like exactly what you said,
Well, Frankie, let me ask you this, because I've asked Mickey this before, and he talks about the flow state, getting in there and just kind of letting it come, right? Do you go in, when you were fighting, did you go in with a game plan that you wanted to execute, or were you more like kind of a read and react type of a guy?
My coaches, I lean on them a lot,
Yeah, the way Rogan would say, Mark Henry would shout out like a cue to you, and you'd throw that combo.
Yeah, pretty much. Like a video game.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times does get. I mean, you've been in fights where it gets so loud you can't hear anything. You're just going, you're just reacting.
That was an advantage of fighting through COVID, right? In the Apex, you could hear everything, no?
Yes. Yeah.
No fans.
Yeah.
But that means the other side's
still
hearing
pretty
it too,
zero.
though, right? Like,
Right,
I mean,
correct.
Very
correct,
true.
yeah.
Very true.
Is that,
But that's why we have codes.
They use codes, like they'd be
oh,
like Jersey.
Oh, you're out here doing
2-3-2.
baseball
Yeah,
signs and shit like
yeah.
that.
I've interviewed him
Computer blue.
before a number of fights. We've been doing this podcast 4 years now, and I've had, and it's he I don't know if it's you don't want your opponent to know your plan or what, but I don't think that's it, because before we had a podcast, you would say the same thing: foot on the gas and do my thing. That's like that's his answer to every fight he's ever gone.
That's all you can control, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I'm always going to push the pace.
what are your
That's just
thoughts
what
on
it was.
open scoring?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it matters that much. I was like, what if it's just gonna fuck with the fight in the middle of the fight? Imagine you just crushed the guy and you're fucking. It said you lost. You're like, what the fuck? How the fuck did I lose? How did I lose that round? Then you're gonna go do some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Gerard loves that from the entertainment purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To see a motherfucker be like, what the fuck? But at the same time,
That's what I
think
like.
open
I want
scoring
the
would be
drama.
good. If you know you're down 2 rounds to none, you're gonna fucking swing for the motherfucking fences in the last round, rather than thinking, oh, maybe it's 1-1, maybe I could get a takedown, edge this out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why I love coaches. Like my coaches, I think they're pretty good at that. Like, yo, we need something big here. We're down. You know what I mean? Like, it's better to be truthful with your guy,
Of course.
and be like, or even almost
But they could
side,
be-
like
but they could
err
be
on the
wrong.
side of caution.
But they could be wrong. They could think you have.
But I would. That's what I'm saying. I would err, but I would err on the side of caution. Like, I think we're up 2-0, but it could be 1-1. Let's turn this motherfucker up. Like, listen, I think as a coach, if I'm coaching someone, and I'm coaching my kid right now, no matter, I don't give a fuck how much time's on the clock. Fight to improve, wrestle or fight to improve your position. So whatever you are in a fight, you should be fighting to fucking win. That's my thing. Always, no matter fucking what, no matter you're up by fucking, you're in a 5-round fight, you just crush some guy for 4 rounds, win that fucking 5th round.
But then you got Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, well, he should.
He stood and fought. Like, God bless, he didn't, but he had that thing in the bag.
Yeah, but I mean, what did he do? You know, I mean, that was just good on Leon. It wasn't bad on Usman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a fight that stands out to you at all, where one of your coaches yelled something out to you that made a difference in the fight? You know, like
when I fought.
I remember Chad Mendez. What sticks out in my head? You said be first. My coach just kept saying be first, and you clipped him, and he went down, and you won.
I beat him in between, you know. But Maynard, the last Maynard fight, I know before the fight, me and Mark were talking like. Because like you said, you can hear the other coaches. He says when you go southpaw, his coach will tell him to throw the right hand. He's like, well, so I went south. I remember I was southpaw for something, and I heard him coach, when you go south, throw the two. So I went whoop. I went to southpaw right away. That's when he threw the 2. I shot on him, and that started the uppercut to that finish.
That's like a movie, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He is the real life Rocky.
Yeah, what'd you think of the movie Warrior?
I liked it.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
Yeah,
it's probably not very realistic. Not super realistic.
Well, you didn't
the
think,
fights. I mean,
you didn't think the Kurt Angle powerbomb was realistic?
Yeah. Kurt Angle was supposed to be Fedor, right?
Yeah, Koba. He was Fedor. Yeah, he was Fedor.
It was like
movie I liked.
It was like almost like Warrior was an MMA movie like Blood. It was like Bloodsport though a little bit, right?
Yeah. Tom Hardy was it's a well acted movie for like a normie.
That dude Joel Edgerton, he's a great actor.
Nick Nolte was incredible. The soundtrack, it's a great movie.
Wait, what's the fight movie where the old guy was in it, top of the head, hardest part of the body?
That's Warrior. No, that's
I think that's Warrior also, but that's a boxing movie.
No, it's not. No, it's
he breaks his hand because the old guy like
Gladiator.
Not Warrior, Gladiator.
Yeah.
It's like Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yes. That movie's fucking great.
I thought that was a good movie, man.
It is.
Tommy Boy's dad, bro. That's Tommy Boy's dad.
That's right. Yes, that's right. But Warrior, to speak for Mick, he was really into the movie until the fight scene started. And then it was like,
it's got to ruin it for a lot of you guys that are pros, right? I mean,
but think about it. Even like Rocky, like you watch fucking Rocky 1, 2, and 3. Like, dude, these fight scenes are crazy.
But it's every movie. Like, you ever watch a football movie where a normal tackle is made? Every tackle is a bone crushing hit.
Yeah. They got to make it very dramatized, right?
Sure.
So what part of Warrior were you like? You check out? You just completely checked out?
No, I was rocking with it. I don't know. I honestly haven't seen an MMA movie I really digged. But again, we talked about this. So did you ever see that movie Whiplash?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What'd you think about that?
Fucking phenomenal movie.
Loved it.
Good flick.
Hell yeah.
Good flick.
Hell yeah. Both those guys.
Now I gotta watch it.
Drummers?
You know, Miles Teller and
Jay.
three names.
Simmons. J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
So drummers
from Oz
hated that movie. Drummers hated that movie.
What?
They were like, it's so
nothing like it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I think that's it.
Okay.
Like, I feel like
it makes sense.
MMA movies, they're not for us.
Yeah.
They're for other people.
I'm fucking easy, bro. I'm easy.
Major League.
Popcorn flick.
Major League's one of the worst athletic movies of all time. It's one of the best movies ever.
It really is.
But
bro.
you didn't watch like fighting with Channing Tatum. That's an MMA movie, kind of.
That's brutal.
Bro, it's all right.
You like that movie?
Oh, all right.
Francis.
Bro,
Franklin.
Kung Lee's in it. Kung Lee's in it. He triangles Kung Lee or Kung Lee triangles him.
Wait, from Bloodsport?
Bro, how about listen? I used to that's Chung Lee.
Oh,
Kung Lee from fucking UFC and Strikeforce. That's
wait, I thought Chung Lee was from Pawn Stars.
No,
That's Chung Lee. Don't look at me. What are you looking at me, motherfucker?
How about Lethal Weapon 1?
I'm Chum G, motherfucker.
How about Lethal Weapon 1? You see that?
Love it.
Love it. Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Riggs. Fucking
So true.
triangles. Fucking Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Cron Gracie was the fight coordinator on that.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the best jiu-jitsu you'll ever see in a movie was John Wick. Apparently had like very tactical.
He trains with
and useful-
Jean-Jacques Machado. No, Jean-Jacques. Yeah, Jean-Jacques
They say
Machado.
that dude, like in real life, like rides the subway, gets up for women when they get on the, like fucking. They say that guy
Keanu's the
donates.
man.
They say
He's the
Keanu,
man.
like outside of Hollywood, like
Yeah.
he's got a real shitty upbringing. I think like his parents died or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
like he
it's
grew up.
true. It's
Listen,
Bro, they
guys,
say he is the nicest fucking person
At
in
the end of the
Hollywood,
day-
and I think his movies are bangers.
At the end of the day, it's movie magic. One of the
Yeah.
saddest days of my life was I met Kiefer Sutherland one day, and I'm like, "You're Jack Bauer."
Really,
Why? What about it?
Like-
Why?
douchebag?
He's not very big, Frankie.
Oh,
No.
dude,
Well, I mean, also like I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's not very trained, Frankie. He's not very trained. But I mean, like same thing. Jersey Shore. I met a couple of those guys. I met Ronnie one day, and I was like, "You're big, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You're not a very big guy, Ronnie. Like, nice guy."
I think that's why, like, they don't really like outsiders coming into the house, like, but I never got fucked with by any of them, and I think it's because I like towered over them all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually got a crazy Jersey Shore story that he knows. This is before I got into television. I knew everything was fake. We went to the Headliner one day, and this girl I was dating, I was like, wanted to go to the Headliner so bad. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, speaking of Headliner, I'll be hosting a party there next Friday. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you want to wait for him to come back?
Yeah,
This isn't live, right?
No, you can roll. No, it's not live. Yeah, you
Yeah,
go.
go ahead. You want to roll, or are we?
Yeah, we keep rolling.
Let it
Alright,
rip.
cool.
Let it rip.
So she wants to go to Headliner, and I'm like, there's no way we're going to fucking Headliner. This is a tourist trap. Why the fuck are we going to Headliner? Although everybody should go to your party. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But we
It's
lived
like a 50 and above.
Yeah, we like the fall brand. Yeah, sixes or less, starring Roger. So we're going there, and I'm like, why are we here? And then I see all the Jersey Shore people over there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I get it. You're a stan, all right. So nothing's happening. They're bored as shit for the whole time over there. And then this guy gets drunk as hell. He starts getting
Call them fame whores.
getting into it with one of the bartenders. The bartenders at Headliner smoke, right? And she starts giving him shit, calls the bouncers, carry this guy over. They carry him out through the back. This was out by like the volleyball courts or whatever. They carry the guy back in. They set him up. They bring the situation over, and the situation starts yelling at this guy. This guy starts motherfucking the situation the same way that he did with the bartender. The bouncers come over and carry him out again. This guy must have been like spinning. Like, what just happened here? And they completely recreated this situation that happened with the bartender with the sitch. And
Recreated a situation with the situation.
they recreated the situation with the situation. It was like learning that Santa Claus didn't exist.
Yeah.
And I was like, this whole thing's staged, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a certain amount of that with every show, I'm sure, but I mean, that's the number one question I get asked, and mind you, I haven't been affiliated with that show in a long time. Is it staged? And they tell you what to do, and do they tell you what to say? And I always say, not really. They don't tell you what to say. They definitely don't do that. But they encourage situations for sure. You know what I mean? Like drama sells.
Totally.
I mean, I guess a good example would be when they were in Italy. I went over there for a weekend, and nothing good happened. We got along.
Life's boring. Reality's boring.
We got along. Nobody wants to tune in to watch two people holding hands and riding Ferris wheels.
Yeah.
It's like a hockey game. You go and you want to see or a NASCAR race. You want to see fucking wrecks, right?
Yep.
So. You don't know about that?
This guy wants to see people die.
I didn't say die. See how he spins everything? I was gay a minute ago.
Yeah.
I was encouraging having sex with trainees, and now I want people to die. I
you don't
didn't say
need to
any of
explain
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
I'm on your team. I
Exactly.
want to watch someone getting pegged while they fucking get into a car accident. I'm
Yes,
into it.
yes.
I'm fucking. I'm here for the entertainment. I want somebody to know they got robbed on a round while it's happening, so I can be like, "Whoa, he doesn't like that. Is he gonna recover, or is he gonna get knocked out because he lost his cool?" Let me have another beer. I am the consumer, Roger. America.
I guess you're the quiet one on the show, Mick.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
He's the sane one.
Where do you guys film your podcast?
Wait, fuck you. No, go back to your story
What
about
was
how
my
it
story?
ended,
What
how
was my
Jersey
story?
Shore ended your marriage.
No, what was I in the middle of that? I literally did a double take right there. Frankie ended my marriage.
Yeah.
The gay thing.
There was a picture of us in the sauna that went viral, and it was over after that.
It was a wrap.
Yeah,
It was a wrap.
Yeah, there was no explaining it.
Yeah, the only reason I'm louder than Mickey on the podcast before you continue your story is because I am an open book.
Yeah.
and Mickey is a mostly open book.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah. So they like, I don't have a filter, so I can say something immediately.
I think the
he has
advantage
to run things through a filter.
the advantage of being an open book, right? Literally, like an open book, is you have no skeletons in your closet. Nobody's gonna fucking unveil anything on you.
Oh, well, it ain't gonna stop him from trying. Ain't gonna stop him from trying. But so you're in Italy with your boo.
I was just saying there was no we got along great, right? And it never made, not 1 second of it made the air because we got along good. You know what I mean? They're not going to put, you only get like in an hour-long show, I think like 40 minutes of it is, 20 minutes is commercial time or whatever.
Yeah.
So in a 40-minute show, people want the worst of the worst, and that's what they get.
So our buddy Rocco Caffarelli is good friends with this guy Prince Lorenzo Borghese, this prince, and he was the Bachelor season 6.
Prince from what
Italy, Italia. Yeah,
They got princes in Italy?
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Allegedly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got Prince Nassim. They got princes everywhere. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. We had a prince in America. He liked lakes and purple rain. I don't know.
Might have been your best line right there.
Maybe. But the
Actually, he was no name at the end of it. I think he was just a couple symbols.
Formerly
yeah,
known.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
formerly. He was the artist formerly known. That's right. But anyway, so he was the Bachelor. And at the end, they were like...
I think he's a made-up prince, to be honest with you.
yeah. Well, there's only one way to find out. Google it and let us know in the comments whether Prince Lorenzo Borghese is a real prince. So he...
Fugazi, you said?
Prince Lorenzo Fugazi.
Fucking Fugazi. He's definitely no fucking prince.
Prince Lorenzo, I love you. Sponsor the show with your South Beach beer. So the very long story short, they say he doesn't want to marry any of the girls, and they're like, you have to. It's The Bachelor. You have to.
He's gay.
He's not gay at all.
he
He's
should be pegged.
so far from gay, which is probably why he didn't want to get married.
Okay,
He's
okay,
like, no,
okay,
like we're not.
Well, he's
doing
not a
this shit.
sensible guy, because if he was, he would never be on that show.
Probably.
I speak from experience. But
So
anyway.
there you go. Yeah. So he's like, I'm not doing it. And they're like, you have to do it. You're contractually obligated. But he's a fucking brilliant guy, and he's a wealthy guy who's got lawyers. And they're like, okay, do it. But get them to sign a contract that says you're SAG, and now you're an actor because you've been told what to do.
Genius.
So now every minute you've
Genius.
been on that show is SAG rate.
Genius.
So now they owe you about $450,000
Genius.
for the filming over the last 6 weeks.
Wow.
So he goes and he's like, yeah, I'll marry her tomorrow. Just sign right here and just let me know when you're going to send my SAG checks. And they were like, what was that? First guy ever to not marry a girl.
Genius.
Spawned the Bachelorette because the girl they wanted him to marry, who he couldn't fucking stand, that was rating high, was this jilted lover. And then they made the Bachelorette to find her a husband, since he wouldn't be the husband.
Wow.
So that's the crazy shit. So when you talk about like reality TV, subtly in the middle of the night, somewhere around 10 years ago, they changed the term from reality TV to unscripted TV.
Yeah, this dude ruined Impractical Jokers for me. I used to like that show.
Why? What do
I
you
still
mean?
like
Why?
that.
What's
I thought it was great.
Plants.
This is all plants.
Oh yeah, you
Plants.
can see a lot. Obviously, those dudes
I
get
could
fucked.
see. I could see
I would
some
think.
of it.
Cash
Like-
cab, plants.
I can see some of it. Yeah.
I would think those dudes get fucked up more often.
You know how like when radio
Yo,
stations,
no show
radio.
would make me laugh
Remember how
out loud
radio
more than that
stations used
show.
to do like cold calls to people and like the flower thing, like send flowers.
Sure,
to,
sure.
Like that was all
Oh,
scripted.
yeah,
that was all
yeah.
scripted.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that. You can't put people live.
So it's not necessarily scripted. I want to be clear. And those guys that
They
do
have to
Impractical
tell you
Jokers
prior.
are legitimately hilarious.
Yeah.
Right.
They are
Two things. You have to get a release from people,
beforehand.
so you know.
Beforehand?
Yeah, beforehand.
Not necessarily. After you have to,
Beforehand.
otherwise you can't use it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're
It's
right.
after,
Yeah,
otherwise
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't you can't
Yeah.
use it. And
Yeah.
if those people, and if anybody's listening,
You're right.
if you're ever approached and somebody comes up to you afterwards after something really funny just happened for a release, don't give your release without money. Request money. The producers, it's not their money. They don't give a shit. They'll
They're
give
never
you
going to give
$1,000.
you money unless it's something
It better be
amazing.
very funny.
It's
You're
gotta
right.
be great.
But if it's very funny,
Right, they will.
and if you're not a fame whore that just wants to get on TV, say,
Right.
I'm happy to sign this for money.
Right.
So that's it right there. Number 2 is it's for safety. So I wrote on the Wendy Williams show, and we would do this. We would do this man on the street stuff. Like
Roger, how could I not be the quiet guy on the show when he talks like this?
Good point. Good point.
It's very true.
Solid point.
Anyway.
So
There's a plethora.
Hey,
There's a plethora of like
Guys.
unusable knowledge.
Guys,
Yes.
quiet down. I'm talking. So what we would do is we would film all day, and we'd get nothing because, like you said, life is boring. And then we would need something, so we'd write jokes and we'd say, hey, person, come up here. Who do you want to have over for Thanksgiving dinner? And he'd be like, my dead aunt. It would be great to have her back for one night. We'd be like, cool. That's a great take. Maybe do another one where you say Lizzo, because that fat ass will eat all the food and I won't feel bad the next day. And then they would do it. And we'd be like, yay, you're great. And that would be what goes.
Right. Yep.
So is that reality?
Yeah.
It's reality, kind of, right? Yeah. So
Give
it's like-
suggestions.
I think it also helps in the reality world. I don't want to blow smoke up this show's ass. I'd love to get off the subject, but it does help to have dynamic personalities that create situations organically. And the casting on that show was fucking pretty good.
Sure.
You know what I mean? They had these 7 or whatever it is, 6, 7 characters on there that just have these dynamo personalities.
Now, I heard you say you want to get off the subject, but I got to ask. Do you have guys who you like more?
You brought up Ronnie earlier. When the show was filming, I probably got along with Ronnie the most. You know, we have some similarities. The guy wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a complex character, but we just had a camaraderie. Got along with Ronnie really well during filming, after filming. Like
He's doing all right now?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I haven't spoken to him in years. Well, he's on the West Coast now, but he used to come home and he always used to hit me up when he came home. But I haven't talked to him in years, so I don't know how he's doing. I know Ronnie's got some issues that he needs to deal with, and I hope he's dealing with them well. He's not a bad dude, you know what I mean? So I hope he's dealing with them. But
I always like DJ Pauly D.
Yeah. It's funny because I had a couple state trooper friends that were out in Vegas, and anywhere Pauly is, he's in Vegas a lot. He's in AC a lot. Anybody that's near there, and I haven't been affiliated with that show in fucking 5 years, 6 years maybe. People hit me up like, yo, he's a state trooper, so I would like to help him out because maybe he'll get me out of a fucking ticket one day or something.
Sure.
But he's out there with like a convention, and he's like, yo, Pauly's here. We want to go see him tonight. Can you call him and get us tickets? I'm like, bro, it ain't like that. I'm not fucking picking up a phone and calling Pauly that I haven't talked to and be like, hey, bro, can you get in like 10 dudes? First of all, he wouldn't even answer the phone, I doubt. Second of all, he doesn't handle that petty shit anyway. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, now, do you think it's worse to have that staged, those things staged, or what they're doing now with, like, I heard Big Brother and some of the new ones, where they do psychological tests to determine who are the most toxic people to put with? I heard this happens on Fuckboy Island, and I know it happened on Big Brother.
Wait a minute, there's a show called Fuckboy Island?
Yeah.
I had a friend on it, yeah.
Like season 3, I think, yeah.
Mike DeCasian.
Yeah, so they take...
Wait,
MMA fighter.
Yeah. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he was on the shit. He was on Fuckboy Island.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, didn't Masvidal do a reality show?
Yeah, that's kind of what made him pop. That gave him
No,
a
that
second
was like the
career.
Bodog, right? Wasn't that the Bodog shit?
Yeah.
No,
Masvidal did?
Masvidal was on like some like Spanish TV
Okay.
thing.
Reality show,
Gerard tried to tell me the other day that's what made him pop, but I told him knee and Ben Askren in the head made him pop.
Yeah, I mean, that helped.
Yeah.
It definitely helped.
Yeah.
But so what they do is they take these personalities that they have psychologists determine these group of people will not get along. Then they put them in places and they systematically fuck shit up.
Stressors on them.
Yeah, they turn the air conditioning off and say it's broken. They turn the water off so people can't
fuck
have
that,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
For real, right?
Yeah.
People get so
wow.
excited about that idea of I'm going to be a star. First of all, you don't really have a talent. You're kind of being a star because they're exploiting your life, right? And people don't realize this because they'll do anything to be on TV and be a star, right? And then things that happen on that show can potentially ruin the rest of your life, and you don't realize that at the time. You know,
Talked about Hulk Hogan earlier. He says the worst decision he ever made in his life.
Exactly.
It ruined his family.
What,
turned
doing
everything.
that show?
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah. What was
Not
it?
the wrestling.
No, not wrestling. He said, what was the name of that show? Something.
Hogan Knows Best.
Hogan Knows Best. Yeah, he said that ruined his marriage. That
Why?
ruined his relationship with his daughter.
It made them fucking famous.
I guess.
I don't know
Him
how
and his
it's
wife
directly
divorced after
related.
that.
I don't know how much of it is directly related to the show or them doing the show. But his life did kind of fall. His son got in that really bad car accident with
Killed
the kid.
somebody, right?
No. The kid's like a vegetable, so
Oh,
they're
shit.
responsible.
That happened?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
the
know
kid
that
on the
happened.
passenger side, which was like his son's best friend, is basically he's like missing half his head.
Oh.
They're responsible for his care for the rest of his life, which is financially is just fucking crazy, right?
Shit.
And then his wife leaves him for like his son's friend. Like the wife leaves him for like a 19-year-old or
Yes.
some shit.
Well, that's
right?
I mean,
Yeah, I
and
forgot about
then some Brooks' career, I forget what some shit happened with Brooks' career, and then he gets the fucking sex tape. What happened? Why is he laughing? What happened?
We got a lot of Hogan shout outs on this episode.
Yeah. So anyway, and then the sex tape comes out,
But
and
it killed
that's
Deadspin,
funded.
so
but
we're-
what the fuck is he laughing? I don't even know. What the fuck happened? What happened?
What's going on? We're off camera.
He said she left him for someone half his age.
Oh, yeah. My wife did the same thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But my wife's Zach's got a huge dick, so,
He pegged Roger too.
No, that was funny. You could have just come out and said that. What, did you have an inside joke that I didn't hear?
No,
He just looked over.
Yeah.
Do you guys made eye contact?
Yeah.
you
Fucking
consider the Ultimate Fighter
douchebags.
reality TV is the Ultimate Fighter reality TV in your eyes?
Yeah.
It is real. So that those
Is it
guys.
reality too? You know what? I was on MTV before all these motherfuckers.
Yes, he was.
you were-
How about
Roses?
that? How about that?
How about that?
Bro, that's when I met you. I just was getting to know you when you were doing that show. Yeah.
Were you bully beatdown?
No.
Bully beat
No.
down.
What was it called? True Life.
True Life.
True Life.
True Life.
I
You're on
wanna
True
be
Life?
MMA fighter.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Frankie Eggers.
Fall- he
and
was
then
getting married
It's
at the
you and fucking Theo Vaughn, huh?
Yeah. He was on True Life. Was he?
What, no, Road
No, he
Rules.
was on
Road
Road
Rules.
Rules,
Road
yeah.
Rules.
He was?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Road Rules. What, the Miz? Miz came from one of those also?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Look at that. We all got our start on
That
MTV,
dude
bro.
is hysterical. You know who else got her start? Lady Gaga was on MTV. She was on like the dating off show.
No shit.
Lady Gaga before she ever started
What, like
her.
50, what was that one?
I don't
50
know.
single? No, what was the single?
I don't remember the name of it, but she was on
No, Jenny Garth. No, not Jenny Garth. Who's the? No, who's the? Who?
the girl that used to do
Singled Out. Singled Out. You don't
Oh.
remember Singled Out?
Oh, I liked Singled Out.
Remember that? Who was the? Who
Jenny
ran it?
McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy. Okay,
And
fucking
and
close.
Carmen Electra.
Carmen Electra. Yeah.
Yeah,
both.
I've left a genocide in my bathroom floor to that show. That's
I've destroyed some socks to that
I've
girl.
destroyed to that. Those shows
Some
were unbelievable.
ablutions.
Oh, some morning ablutions to Jenny
My mic's
McCarthy.
definitely
Well,
quiet,
especially back
too,
then,
It
though.
is.
There was
That's
no
what I was trying to
porn
pick it
back
up. I
then.
was trying
Porn
to
didn't
pick it
get
up.
No, it
porn
doesn't
like
matter
that.
if I.
Remember she
Oh,
used to
that's better.
do,
That's
I
way
forget
better.
what shoe
I
company it
can't
was,
put my
but
face
she used
is
to do
closed.
the ads
Roger
for
doesn't
him.
even hear me this whole episode.
Sorry.
No, it's my mic. I think I'm very quiet.
She used to do those ads for, it was some shoe company, but she used to do them naked on the
Steve
toilet.
Madden.
Yeah, she used to have her knees crossed and like do the fucking pictures where you could almost see her shit. What's the first thing you ever saw as an adolescent growing up that got you like fucking little semi and you're like, you know what it was for
It's a
me?
little weird.
It's probably Singled Out.
Weird.
The movie Splash.
Splash.
Wow,
Splash.
Hannah.
Yes.
fuck's
yeah.
her name?
What is her name? Hannah. You're
Hannah
right.
something.
You got it too.
Oh, Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah.
yeah,
Daryl
yeah,
Hannah.
yeah.
Yeah, the first one I think for me was a movie called Idle Hands. A young Jessica Alba was like, yeah. But I was a big fan of Kelly Kapowski.
You
on
guys all have
90210.
way better
Kelly
answers than
Kapowski,
me.
90210. No, it's not
Wait,
Kelly
what do you got? What do you got, Mick? What do you got?
Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly
Man.
Kapowski
The ring,
is
the ring card
is
girl from
Saved by
UFC
the Bell.
270.
Yeah,
No,
what
wait,
did I
wait,
say?
no,
90210. My
not
bad.
gay.
Saved by the Bell.
Stupid.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell.
What is it?
I feel like my answer was I think her name was Penny from Inspector Gadget.
Penny from Inspector Gadget.
I think it was an animated show.
What? My guy was in the hentai.
Nah, hey, I've never seen any of that shit. But yeah,
anime.
I was like, I want to save you, girl.
Frankie, you? What's the first thing you remember, like feeling like aroused as a kid that you saw on TV or a movie or?
Tinkerbell was looking kind of bad too. If we're going
Tinkerbell,
to talk about
Tinkerbell.
animated, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Jessica Rabbit.
I remember
that was
watching
next
the.
level.
Oh my
Shit.
God.
Oh,
Yo.
That was next
Yo,
level.
I'm not
if
into
you're going
anime,
cartoon,
but yeah.
if you're going cartoon, that's my kind of cartoon.
Hey, Babs Bunny, badass. Space Jam,
Yeah, did you see what they did to her in the new one?
But she's kind
Unbelievable.
of she's
unbelievable.
She's
Destroyed it.
a fucking rabbit though. You know.
And that's my thing. She was a rabbit. That was a hot ass rabbit.
You know who's really
Yo,
like
that buddy was a honey.
into anime? Israel Adesanya is like fucking super into anime, like
Yeah.
crazy into it.
That's gay.
Yeah.
Yo, you see his girl though? Did you see that?
Yeah.
His girlfriend's trying to get half his salary
Yo.
because they said we were dating so long. Like they weren't married, they don't have kids.
Every single MMA fighter on earth is looking at that with bated breath. There's not an MMA fighter.
Wait,
there's not
wasn't
an
it-
athlete on earth, and that's not
think
following
there's
that trial like
a
it's the fucking
basketball
O.J.
player
Simpson trial.
recently that was married for a lengthy period of time. You can probably look this up, Andrew. I believe he was like an NBA player that put everything in his mother's name.
Oh, it's a soccer
it's
player.
soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
I'm sorry, soccer.
It's a football.
Yeah, football.
Yeah.
Football. But yeah, put everything, and she gets nothing. Bro.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. She's
Yeah.
gonna get nothing. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was
She's
smart
paying
enough.
him. She's
She-
paying him.
She was smart enough. He was smart enough to put it all in his mother's name.
Smart.
That's crazy.
That's like with these CEOs that want to talk politics for a second. When people are like, raise the income tax. CEOs that get a
Hey, how long
salary.
into this podcast are we? That was pretty good that we went this long without talking.
Yeah.
But speaking
Pretty
of Tucker though,
impressive,
you
man.
seen that when you said Tucker where he had the no compete clause?
Oh, yeah.
But they allowed him to post on
Social
Twitter.
media.
They allowed him. No, they said you could post
Got
on
him.
Twitter. Got him.
Yeah. But wait, why would they agree to post it on Twitter?
Because they didn't know he's gonna fucking
They
sit
didn't
there
know it
and
was
do
gonna be
long form
broadcast.
fucking
you
broadcast.
didn't think
Yeah.
they thought that through, though?
No,
know.
because it's an old
Apparently
contract.
they
It's
did,
a 3-year-old contract. Elon hadn't bought Twitter, and Twitter had no broadcast capabilities back then.
Right.
Twitter's only going to be Twitter for another couple months. It's going to be X.com. So
They're trying to make Twitter like at the new Amazon.
now, did you lose?
X.com is gonna be. It's gonna be pretty much the internet for the website
I'm
forever.
listen,
It's gonna
I'll
be
tell you
sick.
right now, I'm
it's
going
gonna be
there.
sick. Yeah.
Buy Amazon.
Did you
I'm
lose
going
I don't
there.
know,
Did you
bro.
lose
I
your
don't know.
check
Did
mark?
you see the guy? The fuck?
Lose my what?
Did you lose your check mark on Twitter? Did you lose your
Yes,
check mark?
yeah.
You did?
Do you feel?
I've been trying to buy one.
Oh, maybe
'cause
I-
thought
maybe I
like
did. I don't
and
know.
I
Attaboy.
still haven't
You
got
can
it.
afford $8, my
Yeah,
man. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did lose it?
This guy over
I
here out
did.
of principle
I gotta
refuses.
look.
I'm not
Maybe I
buying
must have
it.
lost mine. then.
Everybody did.
I'm not buying it. Nah, fuck
No,
that.
I don't even use Twitter anymore.
I was gonna try,
and I
was
should
like,
because
fuck
I
it,
like
I'll
Twitter.
do it. I'll see.
I'll
about it.
support Elon.
Yeah,
Not that I'll support him, but
I gotta use
whatever.
It.
I'm somewhat of a notable, I guess. And $8 a month ain't that bad.
Not
I'll
bad.
do it for a year. See what it's all about.
Give it a go.
But I tell you, I bought it a month ago and it's still not there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not even giving it to you, huh?
So I don't know what's up, and they fucking charged me too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Elon, what's
Yeah.
going on? It's Frankie fucking Edgar.
Hey.
Let's get a check mark going over here.
But
You still
did
got the check on
okay, did you
Instagram,
see who he put in charge?
Instagram, my check mark.
Did you-
there.
did you-
We'd have a problem if
IG
Oh,
is there.
man.
It's
Would
there.
you pay for the IG check mark?
I would
No,
say
I
that.
will not.
I'm not
I
paying
heard
for
they
the
were
Twitter
talking
one.
about like a $14 a month.
Yeah, people are
that's
already doing it right
Listen,
now.
What for?
Yeah,
for IG.
your florist down the street is verified on
Yo,
Instagram.
it's-
14 a month.
It's
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. It's a little crazy because now I don't know who's important.
Well, no, that's
I don't know who matters. I'm like, this,
No,
it's,
but
it's
it does
cha-
But with
It's
the
chaos.
But with
It's
the
just
Twitter,
it's
but with the
anarchy,
think
it's
about it, with the
wild.
Twitter verified, you know if you're really talking to someone and not a fucking phony guy.
Correct.
That's what like. So when you're
It's an
notable,
actual
when you're notable,
verification,
it's like
yeah.
I'm really that guy. That's me.
Do you tweet a lot, or do you like Twitter?
No, I don't. I probably should more. Honestly, I use Twitter more as like my newspaper.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, that's
First thing I
kinda-
read in the morning.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
where I wake up and find my anger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
my
the thing.
daily-
I honestly, it's too toxic, man. Everything like social media. Period. Just the world is too toxic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to have the knowledge, but a lot of conflict without conflict resolution is not
But
healthy.
it's better. Yeah, true. But it's better to know. Is it better to know?
100%. I agree. I really, really, really deeply in my heart believe
So we
that.
actually we've had this discussion before. Talk about the thing with the cage that you don't know that's there. 'Cause we've had this discussion. Sometimes it does feel better. Keep your head in the sand. Be ignorantly bliss. But at the same time, I think it's important for us to know what's going on. Be aware of what's going on in the world, whether good or bad. But at the same time, it can do what?
Whoa, what do you mean?
if you when you become aware of the bullshit that's going on.
Oh yeah, well
It
then
makes it can make you almost aware of a cage above your head that you weren't even aware of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a
I think you
prison
have
cell.
to. You choose your role. You got to pick where you want to be in history. You either be that guy, and there's benefits to being that
Ignorantly bliss.
Oh, there's there's probably more benefits to it. But also, if you want to have if you have you have no kids, so maybe
Yeah, not yet.
yeah,
You have
maybe,
kids?
No.
Yeah. I don't want my head in the sand because I have kids. If I
Sure.
didn't have kids, I don't want my head in the sand.
The people who have kids and keep their head in the sand, I don't have a lot of respect for because I find them to be very selfish. Because to Mickey's point, it's a pain in the ass. Who needs this?
What do I got? I got
like,
at the most 50 years left, right? I could ride this out and I could see this through, and it'd be some shitty times.
Sure.
But for the most part, maybe the Constitution
You
would
can
hang
insulate
on.
yourself from
My
it.
kids, I'm gonna fight for the Constitution for those guys.
Big
You know what I
time.
mean? So
Big
yeah.
time. Yeah.
So how do you feel? So you're the political guy. I say Rogers is, but
Sure.
I'm a bit smarter than Roger. He's more into politics.
That's coming across, by the way.
I'm his brain.
That's coming across.
I'm his brain. You know what I mean? He's the thought. He brings the thoughts. I bring
I stutter.
the
He
knowledge.
finishes
Sure,
it. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But how do you feel of the CEO that Elon Musk put in place for Twitter?
Very, very hesitant.
Very concerning?
Very concerned. In a weird way, my initial reaction was emotional, and I was like, "Man, this is betrayal. Like we went all in on you, Elon. We supported you, and then you went and you got a WEF stooge in there." But you know
That's
what?
World Economic Forum for anyone who isn't
Atta
a big
baby.
Gerard fucking Michaels fan.
Atta baby. But the
pushing masks, pushing vaccines.
big time. All I can say is that at the end of the day, I believe he's a capitalist.
Either you guys get the vaccine?
No.
Bro,
I didn't think so. I've had
fucking ever get out of here. No,
I've
I'm
had
kidding.
several people. So neither did we.
Yeah.
I've had several people in my family who've had negative effects from the vaccine that was pushed on them, forced on them.
That's off the market now, by the way.
Yeah.
This is very
How fucking
ballsy
crazy
of him
is
to
that?
say, by the way. A lot of people feel the way he feels. and they
Exactly
don't
what he
vocalize it.
said. I have in my family, and I feel bad that they
You've had people had negative effects from it, right? Like, change your life. Or no,
but I have people that wish they didn't do it.
Why?
That I love.
Then why?
Because they feel like they were pressured into it, and they wish they didn't do
Well,
it.
they don't feel like they were pressured into it. They were pressured into it.
They were pressured into it, and I've had multiple people whose lives have been fucked up because of it.
Oh, so you've had negative effect. I don't know.
Straight up.
In my family, outside of my family, sure, for sure, but in my family, I don't
in my
know.
family, I've
yeah.
had
See,
people,
well then I'd be a little angry if I was you.
Yeah.
Go beat somebody up, man. You got a talent. You got a skill set.
But
over there.
that's a big problem, though. Like, because we have a lot of conflict, and there is no conflict resolution. Like, how many now? If they go beat him up, look what just happened on the subway.
I'm kidding.
He goes, finds
Yeah,
a
I'm
doctor,
kidding.
beats him up. He'll
Bro,
do
this
the
guy
same thing.
Murphy,
How do you feel
Murphy
about
is
that?
trying to put this fucking COVID vaccine in our kids'
without
scheduled
telling
vaccines.
the adults.
Yes.
Without
Yes.
telling the adults.
Well,
the
they're
kids just
hiding
go in.
everything, bro.
Bro, I came.
They know better.
I left Florida. I left Jersey for Florida 2 years ago. It was the best. I love Jersey. I got it tattooed on my arm. But everybody that stays here, no disrespect, is failing an idiot test.
Motherfucking Route 37, baby.
Failing an idiot test. I went down to Jersey. I gave myself I went to Florida. I gave myself a $20,000 raise. Life is just better down there. I came up here. There's no fucking plastic bags. I went from Wawa last night carrying everything because I refused to spend 10 cents.
Yeah,
on a
I'm the
fucking
same way.
Like,
Principle.
how did we get
Principle.
rid of plastic fucking bags?
Yeah.
dumb.
Like what? Like we got 10 million plastic fucking masks.
You got
Loading
family, you
in
got
the-
family,
could
you got
go on a
family here?
rant.
Yeah, my whole family's
Yeah,
here.
all our
So
families.
that's the hard part for me.
Hard.
Yeah.
But again, you don't have kids. I have kids too, so that makes it even harder. You know.
Yeah, I got parents though. They're getting older,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah,
want them
yeah.
to come down to Florida. I
Yeah.
love Jersey. I love the people in Jersey.
Yeah.
But I'm telling
Florida's
you,
fucking. It's Jersey, but hot, bro. Right? Especially where you guys are at.
we colonized that
East Coast of
motherfucker.
fucking.
We
of New-
colonized that
it's
bitch.
Jersey and New York, right? For the
Yeah.
most part. Come
100%.
on.
Yeah,
100%.
easily. When we're driving
Even
down
they
there,
drive. Even they drive.
Jersey, New York, Boston.
Even
Jersey, New York, Massachusetts.
Even drivers, they drive like here, right?
Oh.
Or no?
A little more. I think a little more pillheads and old people.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving down there could get a little bit better. It could get a little weird.
We could. Yeah.
We talk about there's a lot. The people in Florida don't understand the left lane is the fast lane.
No, they don't understand that here either.
No, I
but
know.
not Jersey people. It's New York
Pennsylvania.
people.
Yeah, New York.
You get on
Pennsylvania,
the Parkway. I'm doing 95. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing 95 minimum on the turnpike,
Thank you.
on the Parkway,
Yeah.
and there's always a dude with a New York plate.
Yeah, sitting there,
Sitting there, staring, hands in the 3 and 9 position, doing 65, 70, and the
Hey.
fucking not looking in the rear view like, oh, there's a car right on my ass. Let me get a fucking in 3
I
and
hit him with the
9.
high
Drive
Hey,
to-
if you
bro.
got a slow
Fuck all that.
brain,
yeah.
cool. Drive 65.
Exactly.
Get to the right or left.
Exactly.
though.
I
Just
look at
don't
it like
drive in the
this.
left
I look at it
or
like this.
in the-
I look at it like
great
this.
point.
to the
I
right.
should
Do
get a
whatever you
ticket.
want on the
I
right
should
lane.
get a motherfucking
Middle or
ticket.
right?
I should get a ticket. You ain't a cop. Get the fuck over. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. You're not enforcing the law.
Hey, you don't-
Your
you-
job is not to slow us
Hey,
down.
don't be
Get out of the way.
Don't oppress me.
Yeah.
Don't oppress
Yeah.
me and my speed. I got places to go. Don't be
Exactly.
slowing me
Yeah,
down.
that's right. They're robbing from you. They're
Yeah.
robbing
They're
your
taking
time.
my Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. They are. They're stealing from you.
They
You should
are.
be able to call the cops instead. This
I
person
feel to
is stealing
fucking
my
get
time.
like a fucking bulldozer on my car and ram into people. That's
But
what I really want to do.
It's just like one of those like
you
cow
say
tips
that,
on the old trains.
but everybody in that lane wants to do 95. It's the
Yes.
one motherfucker that wants to do 65.
Yeah.
Everybody in the left lane is doing 95.
No doubt
I don't
about
care.
it.
Hell yeah.
No doubt
Fuck
about it.
that guy. G is a very conservative guy. When he's driving, very liberal with his horn. He beeps it. If I
That's what you got one for.
Yeah.
You know.
So
the,
listen,
the thing
if
that
you're-
and I feel like an old man when I say this, but the thing that drives me out of my mind more than anything is when we're at a red light and people are on their phone, and I'm like, it's fucking green.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's big green.
Look,
Yes,
give him-
that's a pet peeve.
It's an
Yeah.
I
old-
It's
say
getting worse.
I disagree,
Getting
guys.
worse.
I think give him a little tap. Give him a beep. Let him. All right. See,
I will say that's like
You know
more
what
of
I
a
mean?
cardinal
I don't
sin.
gotta. I don't gotta sit on the.
And here's why that's more of a cardinal sin.
You gotta let him go.
Because you only get so much time to make it through that lane, right? And you're already in a big line. So if you're like,
If I'm
you're
3 or 4 back,
if you're like the
yes.
6th or
Yes.
7th car back, you're not
Yes.
gonna make that motherfucking late because
Yeah.
that cocksucker held
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
Preach
So,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what.
if I'm
I'm
number
making that
two-
light.
Yeah.
I'm making that
If
light.
I'm number 2, I'm giving a.
Yeah.
Barely
Number
touch
2,
it.
you're
Barely
good.
touch
You're
it.
there.
Barely
Yeah, you're
touch it.
there.
Just come on.
Yep.
You want to be like,
Wake up. Yeah, exactly.
So because you drive like that, and I also drive like that, and it sounds like you drive like that, and I know this guy drives like that, and
I
I
drive
actually,
about 110.
I
This
actually got
mother-
a
so,
story.
dude,
But have you ever had a road rage incident? A good one, like a good story.
No, I've had one or two where I was like, let's do this thing, and then I kept driving by.
Yeah.
Never got to that point. I just had one where a girl got pulled over for motherfucking. So it gets crazy in Miami. It goes from like everybody driving 100 to dead traffic coming up 95, and this girl was like on my ass driving up, and I had to like swerve to the right as she passed me, and there was traffic up there, and she like screeches into the cars, and then I come up next to her, I was like, what the fuck is your problem? Then she motherfucks me up and down, and then pull up right behind me is a cop. I'm like, am I gonna get fucking pulled over for this right now? This is unreal. And then sliding behind her, got her. I was like, yeah, suck a dick, bitch.
My story about this guy, I wasn't there for it, but I heard the story, was there was this kid that used to go to my gym. He was a nice kid. Talked my ear. He was one of them talkative kids. Maybe a little on the slow side. Nice guy though, right? Talked my ear off all the time. He was the biggest UFC fan you'll ever meet in your life. Wore a shirt every fucking day he was in the gym. Some UFC shit. Usually a Frankie Edgar face on the shirt, right?
Affliction.
Oh, I knew Frankie and I were friends, right? And this goes way back, right? This kid was diehard UFC, die-harder Frankie Edgar, right? Well, always asking me Edgar questions, right? All the time, right? And I'm nice. I'm a nice guy. I'm never a dick to anybody, right? So I always entertain. I mean, in my head, I'm like, just let me fucking work out, bro. But I'm always nice. So he comes into the gym this one day, and he's looking down. He's looking a little depleted, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to ask him, but I know he's going to tell me, right? So he comes up, and he's like, hey, man. He's like, I gotta tell you something. I was like, what's up, bro? He drove a mail truck, right? A big box truck, not delivered mail, but just took it to like the post office, right?
Oh my god! Did he drive it to your house?
This fucking guy, shut up. So anyway,
it was a mail truck.
You fucking idiot! You fucking
I actually
idiot.
do have a good story after this. Don't let me forget it.
So I guess Frankie was coming from training, and he's sitting at a stoplight with this guy, and this guy tries to beat him like through the light, but he's in a big box truck. Does that not how it went?
Somewhat, but kind of.
Well, anyway, somehow there's a little incident there, but this guy doesn't know it's his fucking hero that he's fighting with, right?
Yes.
This guy's flipping off Frankie, and Frankie, if you know Frankie at all, Frankie will fucking argue with anybody.
It's go time.
Even his podcast partner, believe it or not. And Frankie's like, yeah, motherfucker, pull the fuck over. And they have words. The guy never gets out of his truck, but they have words. Am I telling this right?
Kind of, no. We're this fucking big trucks, we're both behind a slow car. So like we're in a single lane, and this big truck trying like it's about to open up to like 2 lanes. So this truck's like getting ready to fucking get around me. I'm like, yo, motherfucker, I want to get around this car too. You know what I mean? I'm in a fucking like a car. This guy's in a fucking big mail truck. Not a female truck, a male truck, okay? All right?
Your jokes, you have dad jokes. Go ahead. Fucking total dad joke.
So it goes to the, it opens up, and I go, and he's like, fucking, give me the finger, and I'm like, fuck you, motherfuckers. And so then I slow down, he goes, and there's 2 lanes, and he pulls up, and I'm like, what's up, motherfucker? What's up now? Like, whatever, I don't know.
Ruin this guy's life.
He's like, no.
Ruin this guy's life.
No, he's like, Frankie Edgar, oh my god, can I get a picture? I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you. I'm so mad.
Yo, I
because listen, if I he was just being an asshole. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like,
sure.
So now you know me. So now you're not gonna be an asshole.
Yes.
So I have to be nice to you.
Yes.
No, don't be an asshole to anybody.
No,
you know what I mean?
Match energy. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When I see people in their car, how selfish and like fucking like me, fuck you, like people are in their car, it makes me think down on humanity.
My thing is this: I've
people
definitely fucked
they're in
up.
their little fucking box, and they're like
windshield tough guys. I call them windshield tough guys.
It's
toughest motherfucker you'll ever meet behind a windshield.
My thing is this: when I'm driving, I've definitely messed up and cut someone off or did something, and I'm always like, my bad, and it's my bad.
Yeah.
That's it. Just say my bad.
That's
and,
it.
And if someone does to me and they're like, my bad, I'm like, that's cool, bro.
No,
I get it.
like he
but
just said,
if someone cuts me off and then goes fuck you to me, now I'm like, I want you to die.
You know who doesn't? You know who never? You know who never does the wave?
Up.
The wave is all you need. Someone cuts you off.
Yeah, just out the window. One of these. Yeah.
You know who never does it? Women. Never do the wave.
Women are the worst drivers.
And that's why they shouldn't vote.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. And on that note, we're out of here. We just got canceled.
So but we do have a good road rage story. It's actually us together not long ago. I had forgotten about it, and when you brought up that story, I remembered it. We're driving a freaking U-Haul from Jersey down to Florida. We can't go faster than 65 miles an hour. It's the longest trip of our lives. Driving down, and this woman in front of us in the left lane out of nowhere just slams on her brakes, and I can't stop the freaking truck. I'm like, this is like, we got 1,000 freaking tons in the U-Haul. They're like, dude, almost clip her. She goes off we're on 95 headed south. This has to be in like South Carolina. She pulls off on the left shoulder where there's barely one. And we're like, what is wrong with you? We're driving about a half mile later, and this car is on my ass, comes up on the left. It's like, pull over, motherfucker. Pull over right now. Pull over, motherfucker. I'm like, what's with you? And then the guy goes to the other side. And Mick's over here like, what'd you do, man? Like, what are you, like, why does everybody hate you driving? I was like, I don't fucking know. So then the guy pulls on Mickey's side. I was like, get the window down. So Mickey puts the window down. The guy's like, you ran my sister off the road. We're like, that bitch just fucking stopped out of nowhere. He goes, pull over. And Mickey's like, we'll pull over, but this is not going to end well for you. And he's like, pull over right now. And again, Mickey's like, we didn't do anything. She just stopped. Stop following us. Go check on her. And he looked for a second. He goes, that's a good point. All right. Sorry. And so this is all happening
totally
at
different car?
all happening at 75 miles an hour on 95.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, the dude literally tried to run us down because he thought we ran his sister off the road. He gets on my left, tells me to pull over like he's flagging me down. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? And then he gets on Mickey's side, and Mickey was the funniest thing. He's like, we'll pull over. This ain't going to be good for you. Go check on your sister.
I have not had a good road rage fight in many, many years, but I thought I was going to have one last summer. I'm on the bike. I'm on the Harley. I got the girl on the back, right? We're hungover as shit. We had like 2 hours of sleep because we went hard the night before, but we're meeting this big group out west Jersey, right? Like an area I didn't know, like past Millstone, all way out there, right? But I knew the address. It was a gas station we're all meeting up at. And we're meeting like 25 guys on bikes, and we're driving all the way out to Maryland, right? And we're kind of beat up. We're feeling like shit. And I'm behind this Jeep going through this little town. And I'm definitely not riding his ass. But it opens up till 2 lanes, right? Like you said, 1 lane to 2 lane. And I got on the gas and I just blasted past. I saw it was a man and a woman, right? It was a woman driving, man on the passenger side. Definitely wasn't riding their ass. None of the above. I didn't do anything reckless. Honestly, I would say it if I did. And they had fishing rods in the back. I guess they were going fishing. I don't know. They had fishing poles on the back of the Jeep, right? So I get past them. I get up to the stoplight, 2 lanes. They pull up next to me, and this dude on the passenger side I look over, and he's fucking screaming, motherfucking me, flipping me off and shit. And the chick is kind of like just staying, she's kind of like looking ahead, looking like disgusted, right? Well, I had the girl on the back, and she's like 100-pound, 100% Italian,
That's
fiery.
some player shit.
She'll
right there, huh?
fuck anybody up, right? And she's going at it with a woman now. She's yelling because now we're like 4 feet apart, right? And she's screaming at the chick. Well, this dude is just fucking, and I see him open his door, and I'm like, all right, motherfucker, now you open your door. Now we're in fucking different way. So I go to kick my leg off, like I'm fucking fired up. I put my kickstand down, right? I go to throw my, now we're at an intersection. It's gonna turn green any second. There's like 10 cars behind us, right? Kick my leg. I fucking kicked the girl off the bike because I threw my leg off too quick. Didn't even let her get off. The kickstand wasn't all the way down, so now my bike, my fucking 800-pound Harley, falls over in the middle of the intersection. This guy gets out, and I'm like, come on. The light turns green, right? Everybody behind us is like, wah, laying on the horn, and I'm like, I'm ready to fucking just murder this guy. So they make a right. Like the girl makes her. I think the wife got a little nervous, right?
Yeah.
And they make a right. I'm going straight. I go right. I'm fucking following them now. Now I'm fully invested. My bike got a little fucked up. I scuffed the paint on my bike. I just kicked my girl off the bike. Like, now you're getting fucked up,
Out
dude.
for blood.
So we followed this guy for or the girl, because she was driving for like maybe a half a mile, and I'm doing this the whole time. Fucking pull over. And they never pulled over, so nothing happened. But yeah, that was my last like road rage incident. But
Not a road rage incident, but I did see a bouncer rage incident with this guy.
Dylan Dennis?
No. We were in the city, we did the thing of gas, and then we took our producer out. He's a great guy, don't have any money. We take him out, we show him a good time. And they're calling it last call. They're calling last call at this bar, and the bouncer's doing the bouncer thing. Hey, last call, get out of here, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're being like hyper aggressive about it, being super aggressive. And we're like, yeah, we're going to leave. Our producer's just in the bathroom. He's like, I don't give a fuck where your producer is. You need to get out right now. And now Miggy's like, we're going to go when our producer gets out. Like, being totally chill, just chilling. And the dude like gets in fucking your face and is like, but I'm a real, nah, you don't want to fuck with me. I'm a real one, son.
Well, that
Mick's like, I feel like I feel like now I do want to fuck with you. I feel like I kind of do. And I don't know. Maybe one of the
Nothing happened.
No, well, maybe one of the bartenders recognized him or something like that, and was yelling at the bouncer, "No, get over here, get over here, get over here!" And then he's like, "No, he's fine where he is. He's a real one. Let's figure this shit out, bro." And this shit, our producer came out, and nothing happened, but it was just so fucking funny watching it happen. From
If you
the side.
have to announce what a bad motherfucker you are before you become a bad motherfucker, you're probably not a bad motherfucker.
Watching
you know
this,
what I mean?
watching the fear in this guy's eyes come as he tried to intimidate what he thought was a pretty little white boy, and then the white boy goes, "Yeah, okay, well, your terms are acceptable." And the dude being like, "Man, I'm used to just yelling at people and listening to me. Why is he so confident?"
Most
right
people
now?
are like that. Most people just get loud. And if they're loud enough, if they're louder than the other person just
That's
like,
it.
I don't want no smoke. You know what I mean?
It's the dark,
Fuck that shit. Fuck
the
that
barking dog, man.
I hate that.
I can imagine you got some fucking Jersey Shore bouncer stories from back
I
in
mean,
the day.
honestly, since I've been in the UFC, I don't really got into nothing. But before that, I definitely had my fair share
for sure
of shit over in Seaside.
I heard about Frankie before I ever met him.
Really?
Heard about, like, he's pretty, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass because you're a fucking scumbag, but pretty legendary around here for scrapping in the streets. I'm talking 20 years ago. Yeah,
Jack's
scrapping.
Garage scraps.
Yeah. Like the guys that know him, like the guys that like was
even before that, Jack and Bill's more.
Bamboo
there's
scraps.
Some pretty legendary stories about Frankie scrapping down at the boardwalk. Yeah.
Well, there's one where didn't you bust some dude's orbital bone in a Rutgers fight or something like that?
Yeah.
All right, well, we don't need to get into it.
We've had fighters.
That's the old Queens.
We've had fighters on the show before.
Queens, yeah.
And you think like all fighters probably started out just in the fight game, right? Probably just started out as like you envision, I guess, Jose.
No, I was shocked actually.
Masvidal, just fucking,
That's what I thought. I
you
thought
envision that when you
fighters,
Jorge.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I say. What did I say?
You said Jose.
Wow. Jorge.
How do you deal with this racism
I know,
on a
man.
daily
It's a
basis?
3%er.
How do I deal with him?
It's
Such a racist. What do you got? You got something to say about the Jews next?
I think that's what you envision, right? You hear fighter, right? But most fighters are pretty. Like we had Jim Miller on. We're like, bro, tell us your best street story. He's like, I got nothing. I don't really have it. I never really, you know what I mean? I think he had one college story he talked about, right? But yeah, and Jim Miller is fucking a legend, bro. That guy's
my big brother.
Bro, I love Miller. Yeah.
What do you think about the training in Jersey compared to the training in Florida now that you've done it for a year? Like Barwis is an incredible gym, but is there a difference in the training or?
At least where I'm at, I feel like it's easier from a standpoint of I just got to show up at one place for everything. Plus, at where I'm at in Killcliff, there's 40 UFC fighters on the mat. You know what I mean? Where I was at, I'd have to chase people, text people. Come on, can I trying to get the tough guys out to my gym to train.
Is Richie Lewis at Killcliff? Where's Richie?
Yeah.
We just had him on.
Yeah,
he was just
a
up
good
there.
kid.
You guys drinking those Scarlet Ales over there?
I got two of them done.
My man, pots and pans. Rutgers Scarlet. Now, are you a Rutgers guy?
I coached the Rutgers for a couple years.
Yeah. Pretty incredible what's going on with that wrestling program, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I was one of the ones that started with Goodale. Goodale got he hired me in 2008, 2009. I was coaching full time with them, and then obviously always went up there to help.
Old Matt Pritchard at Dante's place. Old Matty Pritchard there. Yeah. Crazy. They're like literally one of the top 5 teams in the nation now, Rutgers, right? Like they got national champions and multiple top 20.
Top 20. Yeah, they had a top 10 finish probably 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, they're about top 20.
You were a state champion wrestler, yeah?
I was runner up. Yeah.
Interesting. Do you think we talk about this and different people have different theories? Do you think it's better to be a wrestler coming into MMA and learning striking, or is it better to be a striker and learn wrestling?
I think it's case by case. It's hard to say. Like you can look at Anderson Silva, right? Probably one of the best ever, and he's a striker. It just depends how you get. I'm obviously a little biased to wrestling because that's where I came from. I think the reason wrestling prepares guys for a fight career is not so much the fact that it's wrestling, but what goes involved with wrestling. Wrestling is usually involved with a school. You have to worry about your grades. You have to worry about traveling. And the wrestling season is fucking long, so it's hard. You learn how to train being a wrestler, especially wrestling college.
You know what I think is the best about it is that you're competing 2 times a week at least.
Right. You know how to prepare. Teach you how to prepare and get ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you wrestled in high school, yeah?
Just my senior year. I played football my whole life.
Yeah. Do you think jiu-jitsu should be an Olympic sport? Would you like to see that happen?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
I think that what holds him back is judo holds him back because they both.
Hey, by the way, your boy Grayson's moving great. I saw the little clips you put up online.
Got a natural,
really
right? Right, natural.
He's moving great. I was really impressed by the way.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. You know, obviously that's something you got to stay
bro,
with.
His kids,
of course.
He just turned 7 too.
Move right or not?
Gonna be a big boy.
Yeah,
gonna be a big boy.
He was only 6 in that tournament. He literally just turned 7 May 5th. But yeah,
but I watched the whole fucking thing. I was like, yo, this kid's fucking.
I saw your comment, man. I appreciate that. I wish I could say to him, bro, you don't know fucking these dudes that are saying you did a good job. These guys are like, you know what I mean? But yeah.
It looks like he's taken to it.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, you know what he has that you can't buy and you can't teach? He's got that fire in him. He don't want to lose, bro. He doesn't want to lose. He was up.
Good.
So Dante coached him, as I was saying. His first fight, I love Dante.
I fucking love Dante.
I love that dude. But his first fight, he was up against a Tiger Showman kid.
Did he ever challenge you to fight outside of fucking
all the time,
place?
Bro? The first time I met him, he tried to fight me.
No,
first time I ever met Dante ever, he tried to fight me.
I was like 16 years old, just started doing jiu-jitsu, and I probably heard about. I always hung out with older dudes who would be like 3 or 4 guys would be like, yeah, like we'd see him at a tournament, be like, yeah, that guy challenged me to fight outside of fucking Club Abyss or some shit.
Yeah,
so yeah,
that's exactly what happened to me.
Dante used to always fuck with me about my jacket. He'd be like, your jacket don't fit. Either lose weight or fucking get a bigger jacket.
I heard he said it nicely. He'd be like, hey, what's up? I'm Dante. Would you like to fight?
Yeah, that's exactly how he said it to me.
For real?
Exactly how he said it to me. Yeah, and I knew who he was. I'd actually been to one of his fights in Lake City. Like, bro, I know who you are. Like, he wanted to fight for $100.
I do want to correct something I said earlier. Chris runs a good gym at that Red Manx, but those guys are great guys.
Yeah. Now you just
you're on your fourth beer there.
Now you just outed yourself.
Cut that part out.
Yeah, but you know what impresses me the most about Dante is I don't have like the history that Frankie does, but I've known the guy for 20 years, and like. Bro, the dude's a fucking outlaw. But look at him now, bro.
He's not an outlaw.
No, listen, shut up. He is an outlaw.
Cut that part out.
But listen,
no, he's not.
Listen, you don't let me finish. You just cut me off, dickhead. Look how he is now. Look how he is now. He fucking runs a phenomenal gym. He's a solid dude, and he's so good with kids. You had to see him with my kid. Like who I would never thought 20 years ago the Dante I knew.
He's a good coach. He's a good coach.
Phenomenal.
Although I will say,
cares about his kids.
I will say,
cares about his kids.
I've yet to meet a coach in my life, and I've only met him 3 times, that is better than David Adiv. I think I don't know if you're familiar with him. David Adiv, as far as like being able to explain to you what to do and why to do it in a way that makes sense to you. It's one thing to know what to do. It's one thing to know what the guy's doing wrong. It's another thing to communicate it in a way that they can execute on it. And David Adiv is brilliant in that capacity. He really is.
That's my guy. He's like my second father. I came up with him. If you guys are closer, a little up north, I'd try and get you to come out there. That's my dude. Yeah, he's great. He's special.
Yeah, now it's I feel like now the brain. Now it's our job to keep Grayson in it. You know, you never get good unless you stay in it, and that's he seems to like it. We just got to keep him in it now. You know,
it's so good for people from their character, their ego, all that shit. Like it's it's awesome.
Yep.
So now we got to ask a couple slick and thick questions if we're going to do a co-pro on this because people, our audience doesn't know, right? So Frankie, if you don't mind, man, what do you think was your favorite fight in the UFC? Favorite fight?
I got 2. We gotta have 2.
Well, motherfucker, we said favorite. That's one.
Well, listen, I know, but
time out because most fighters' favorite fights is Frankie Edgar versus Gray Men.
Yeah. But which one?
Fight.
Which one? There was 3.
So I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. There's 2 because my first one is winning the title. The first time.
BJ Penn.
Like
you beat fucking BJ Penn. You ever just sit there sometimes and be like, I beat BJ Penn?
No. But also the time that
ended his career.
The time that I beat him, he was running through dudes.
Yeah.
He had an aura about him.
He was BJ
He was literally
Sean Shirk
licking the blood off his gloves. Like he ran through Sean Shirk, Joe Stevenson, Diego Sanchez, Kenny Florian, like fucking ran through him. They didn't give him a fight.
By the way, you said that before about Dominic Cruz. I loved Kenny Florian as an announcer. I really liked him.
Yeah, he's good.
Great.
He was good, but he got caught plagiarizing. That's kind of why.
Oh, is that why he's gone?
Yeah, I don't know if he really plagiarized, but he did plagiarize.
Interesting. I was wondering why he was gone. I did not know
plagiarized?
Like took someone else's shit and regurgitated it.
Really? Did not know that.
And I think he's like, listen, I listen to so much shit, I do so much shit, I do so much talking. He's like, I may have, but it wasn't intentional.
Like an analysis?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
Did not
almost
know
hard
that.
to do in an analysis though, because all you got
That's
to
what
be
I'm
is a
thinking.
couple words off, and it's not plagiarizing.
Right, yeah.
You'd have to literally recite it word to
He
word.
was everywhere and he was nowhere. So
Yeah.
BJ Penn for sure.
Yep.
Because just like I said before, I was a runner-up in wrestling. My goal was to be a state champ. I missed All-American by triple overtime. I was second in high school national. So I became second a lot, or so close a lot. So to get that final, like, I'm the fucking best in the world, I achieved my goal. That's something that I always remember forever, And then Great
Something
Maynard
everybody
3.
will always remember forever, brother.
Yeah.
It made you a fucking legend. In
Great
this-
Maynard
For sure.
3.
And then
Is
Great
that-
Maynard 3, just because the history we had, the banger of the fights we
That's
had,
one of my favorites,
and
too.
with a knockout.
It was kind of the end of him, and it could have been the end of you. You know what I mean?
That was your Ward Gotti right there.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. Interesting. And how did you get in with JWoww? What happened there?
Huge dick.
Huge dick. I can see that. I can see it.
Does she?
Yeah, bro, she just started talking to you again. She's not going to talk to you again now.
It's over.
She just started liking you again, you fucking asshole. Jenny, baby. No, I'm kidding. No, listen, I make light of it because humor is my go-to, right? I get through life with humor. Obviously, we had some dark, ugly days. We get along great now. We co-parent really well now. I think humor has been our way through a lot of that, so I'll always make jokes. But I got in. I got in when Jenny was poor and had no money, and they were filming a pilot that didn't even have a name yet for the show.
Really?
Wasn't called.
This is his like, I'm not gold
Where'd you
digging.
guys
I'm not
meet?
trying to
What's
clout
the story, though?
chase.
Where'd you guys meet?
Can I tell it or no? Do you want me to tell your BJ Penn story? So
you guys
yeah.
know I won the Pan.
So I was
Roger also has a BJ story too.
Is that what it's going?
I played minor league baseball, guys.
All right, tell me when I'm up.
You're up.
All right. So
I tour nationally. I'm a comedian.
So I'm a local, right? I've lived around here. I've lived around here since I was 21. I'm 47 now. When I was my early 30s, I was out with some friends and we were at Karma, right? And they always film shows around here. There was MTV's always filming some show. Remember Tommy? What was his name? Tommy Cheeseballs Tommy and all that shit. They always film those realities. They used to have the MTV short.
Beach House.
They used to have the MTV Beach House.
Sure.
So they're always here filming. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing uncommon to see cameras in the clubs in Seaside. It's been
MTV Spring Break was their big
Yeah,
focus.
right.
And then they realized it was just cheaper
I've
to do it in
seen
Jersey than
cameras.
Florida.
Yeah.
I've seen cameras in the Seaside clubs a million times. So this particular day, I was out there with
Why
my
were you?
buddy.
Wait. Why? How did you get from Maine to Seaside? First of all,
Oh God, bro! How in depth do you want me to go here? So
slightly more.
My mom is from Jersey, right? She's from Glen Rock, right? Met my dad. They worked together at Pratt & Whitney in Connecticut. My dad wanted
This
to go
is too
back.
much in depth.
Told you.
Why?
Fucking knew it.
How
I
did
knew
you-
it. I knew it.
How did you get to Jersey?
My parents got divorced. My mom came back to Jersey.
Okay, fair.
That's good. Okay.
That's good.
All right.
Now we're working.
All right. So anyway, fast forward a few years after that, I'm in Seaside. I'm with my buddy. He's with his girl. We're a little older than the girl. The girl's maybe like 22, and his girlfriend. And Vasily and I are like early 30s, right? Well,
And you look like that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
fucking yoked.
yeah, I look
good
like
looking
that
dude.
guy. So we're in Karma, right? And there's Karma's pretty big, right? They got like the front section, which is more bars, and then you got the back section, which is like the dance floor, open, like open sky, fucking.
Yep.
So in the back on the dance floor, there's cameras, right? I can't see what's going on. I just see cameras out there. So I'm like, oh, they're filming some MTV shit. And locals usually avoid it, right? We just kind of stay away from it, right? Because
Roger's in the back, like,
yeah, I'm jumping up and down. I'm doing the Mac.
He's a local now.
I'm doing the Macarena out there, trying to get on camera. Now we're at the front bar. We're at my friend's bar, and the little 21-year-old, of course, wants to go see what's going on, right? But she hasn't left us yet. It's me and Vasily. We're having drinks, and just shooting the shit at the front bar. Well, this girl walks in, this really attractive brunette. Literally, I'm not joking, wearing a handkerchief over her massive boobs, right?
And you were like, wow.
I made eye contact with her. I caught her eye. And I made sure I wasn't going to lose that fucking moment. So I fucking, gave her a pretty good eyeballing. I would call it something else, but I got 2 kids now. And she
Let
made
the
eye
boy
contact
watch.
with me and then walked past me within like a couple feet. And I like just kind of did one of these as she walked by. Well, she went right out to the cameras. And I'm like, motherfucker, the girl's part of that shit, right? So, 10 minutes later, the girlfriend, my friend's girlfriend, disappears. We don't know where she is. She beelines it out there and brings the girl back. Well, the girl is JWoww, right?
Good kid.
And we started talking. Yeah, good girl.
Good kid.
As Biggie would say, player shit.
Yeah. So we started talking. Pretty much talked the rest of the night. I walked her back to the house. Well, at the time, nobody knew what it was. It wasn't even on air. Hadn't even aired yet. This was like a pilot season. They were just filming. Right. Well, then it hits the air, and then it just blows the fuck up. Well,
Blows up.
In the interim, she went to Florida to film another season of it. Right. She's like down in Miami or whatever. I was like, shit. I that chick on TV. I talked to her a couple times. You know what I mean? So that was it. I was like, that's a wrap. That's whatever. They come back. They roll right out of Miami. They come back season 3 to Seaside. Literally, like the first, I wasn't looking for her, but I was out, Karma again, just out with my buddies, and boom, she's there, and that was it. That's how it all took off.
And then you went and grabbed her and were like,
yep.
"What's up, baby?"
Yep, beat the shit out of a couple dudes
I
out
want
on
a
dance
nut
floor,
inside
showed my
you.
bravado. She's like, he's so brave. I want to marry him.
Hell
That was
yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's
Now you
what
got 2
happened.
sex trophies with a fucking with a phenom. That's what's up, bro.
It's kind of the cliff
You
notes of
just
what
call
happened.
his kids sex trophies?
You guys
Yeah.
both have sex trophies.
Sex
you ever been
trophies.
so good at sex you get a trophy for it?
Yeah, apparently.
I haven't gotten it
Apparently,
yet.
yeah.
That's what's
Well.
up, man. That's cool, bro. That's like really interesting, but also really sad at the same time because like you loved her, you had a life with her. And
Is this my therapy session?
Yeah. Well, you're on Slick and Thick now.
Listen, I talked about it. Frankie interviewed me the very first episode we ever did, and I said all the negativity. I'll be positive. I'll make jokes. I'll do that. You can ask me whatever, bro. I'm an open book. But the negative side of it, I said I'm leaving it here. This is it. I'm never talking about it because we did have we had an ugly divorce, man. But I said I'm leaving it here.
You have 2 kids together, right?
2, yeah.
So it's not like it was a one-off thing where you got
No,
unlucky.
we were together
like, there was
9 years.
love.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
there's serious love there.
Yeah. So it was, and there's no animosity at all. Like I will always respect and love Jenny as a mother of my children, always. But I don't want to talk about that negative shit anymore. I left it in the past.
Did you ever think about there was an opportunity to have a Sammy, JWoww, Roger threesome?
I would be lying if I said I didn't think
That'd be
about
a
it. No.
foursome,
My man.
no?
It'd be a foursome? How be a
Sammy's
foursome?
back, right? Sammy's back.
I hear she's back. I don't watch it, but I hear she's back on the show,
Wow.
and I see Sammy out all the time because she dates a guy. He's a local guy in Tom's River, so I see
Wait,
them
he's
out.
a Tom's River guy?
Tom's River guy. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I don't know if she wants me to put that out there, so I won't say where he is or what he does. But Tom's River
He's
guy.
a Tom's River guy?
I see him out
Wow.
all the fucking time.
Man.
So is he a cop or
Well,
a
you
teacher
mad
or
about it?
an
It could've
opium
been you.
addict?
No, I'm happy.
Could've
I'm
been
happy
you.
a Tom's River guy got it done. You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, he's a super nice guy, and Sammy and I have always had like this really cool mutual respect for each other. So there's nothing but love. Every time I see her out, it's a hug. Like, hey, how you doing? I'm friends with her dude, but I see her out all the time. So
Do you think the show's been more of a blessing or a curse for you?
I will always say blessing because I have 2 kids. Always, I'll never say curse. I could name up, bro. I could go on for days about curses of it, but I would do it all the bad shit I do over again times 10 to have the children I have, and I'm not just being cliche. That's
And
true.
for this podcast, too, right?
For this podcast.
That's
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
That's if you weren't in the UFC, what would you have done?
I was a plumber
You were a plumber.
until my 3rd fight in the UFC.
So you would have had more money.
Probably, yeah.
Ooh, shit.
So what type of shit are you doing now? What type of ventures? I know you got the tequila.
Yeah, I got
You got a few
tequila.
other things. You got some gyms, huh?
I was in a movie.
Which
No
one?
way. What movie?
Bastard Son. It's coming out in July.
Who else?
Yeah,
is in
we
that?
just got
Roger Matthews.
What do we get?
Oh,
The
yeah?
He's
indie.
a little bit, but Kevin Interdonato.
Oh
local
yeah,
guy. Yeah.
You guys want to do some movies?
Yeah.
I got scripts, dog. We got scripts.
Yeah.
Let's do some movies.
You gotta talk to Kev. Kev can get it done.
Yeah, this guy Kev, he's legit.
Yeah, I like Kev. I know Kev.
Yeah.
So I had.
Good,
He
good,
says
good.
I was in it, and I was, but my scene took 35 seconds of film. This guy went to the Poconos for like 5 days
I
and
was
filmed
like
this
a
shit.
main character.
He was
pretty
committed.
wild. I was in Kickboxer too. Actually, I played.
No way.
I played myself, a commentator. So I did Joe Rogan's role. But that was kind of cool. But this is like my first like legit, real learning.
You did that. You did that one fluffing scene in that gay porn.
And by the way, I love that scene. That was
God,
incredible.
it's
great,
I was
bro.
a big fan of
No
it.
gag reflex. Would you ever guess?
I did 2 little movies. There's one I did a Mark Wahlberg movie, but
Yeah,
like you, if you blinked, you'd have fucking missed me.
Yeah.
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 And then I did this one with Sean Patrick Flannery, where I had a whole fight scene with him and shit.
Oh, that's
it's called
cool.
Born a Champion. Yeah.
Do you know who Sean Patrick Flannery is?
I don't.
You ever see what's the movie that he's
Boondock
Saints?
Oh my God! Yeah,
So
the
it's
brothers.
It's not the guy from Walking Dead. The other guy.
No, but the dude's an
Correct,
incredible actor, man.
Yeah.
Once 10 years from now, after he's won a couple championships, man, he's gonna be A-lister.
Yeah.
I've been in that industry a long time. He's got great
Yeah.
timing. As long as like the other ear doesn't get.
What are you gonna? You gonna next? You're gonna say you got a Nobel Peace Prize award or something?
working on it. I'm
What have
working
you
on
not done? My
Lost
friend?
That's a
weight.
good question. Hey, you lost a little bit of weight. Yo, motherfucker's been down about. He was over 3 bills when I met him.
Yeah.
Where you at now?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, after these, I'm probably back up to 3 bills. But yeah, 285. Yeah,
fucking
getting
great,
into it,
man.
So Frank, you would have been a plumber, huh? No
Well,
shit.
I don't know. I didn't like it. I was
Yeah.
a plumber to my 3rd fight in UFC. Like I
No
my
shit.
3rd fight in UFC.
Your 3rd fight in the UFC, you were still doing
Yeah, because
blue collar.
I was trying to get married. I had a
Were
condo.
you a union guy?
I was in the union.
No shit.
My stepfather owned the plumbing company.
Wow.
Yeah.
Married into money. Smart.
It's his
Smart.
stepfather.
Yeah.
It's his mom. It's his mom.
Oh, sorry. I don't know how things work.
Yeah.
I'd have sex with my cousin if she was hot enough. Don't listen
Oh yeah,
to me.
circling back to that. Yeah, probably if they like live far away.
I'm Irish. That's what you do. It's keep it in the
cousin.
family.
If it was second cousin, that's different.
I feel like-
first,
about it.
first cousin, I don't know.
Like, I
But
mean,
what would
listen,
I do though? You know what would I do if they didn't fight? Because a plumber was, it wasn't. I did it for fucking 2 years and I couldn't tell you shit about it. I dug a hole really good. I carried pipe really good.
Sure.
Yeah, you do.
What my mind
You do.
wasn't there. My mind wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, but you can't carry. Pipe has to be hard to carry. You can't.
Yeah, it
hose.
does.
Imagine
It
carrying
does.
a hose. Imagine carrying a hose, like a long hose.
Yeah.
It'd just
Wait,
be limp.
yeah.
It'd be
What?
limp. That's like Roger.
What's happening right here? Yeah, I want to lay pipe for a living.
No,
too.
but I'd be a fucking fireman.
Fireman. That's what I
That's
wish
the
I
way to
would have
go.
done when I got cut. If I had it to do over again, that's
the way to go.
Yeah.
You know what they have? They have fucking the best shifts. They work like
But no,
they work
but
like
Yeah, like
yes,
2 days
yes.
on.
No,
like,
I
2
think-
days-
One day
2 days
on,
off?
My
one
uncle-
24-hour on,
Yeah.
3 days off.
My uncle's he was a battalion chief in New York. Goes, I work more than anybody else. I work 48 hours a week. Yeah, you're asleep for fucking
Yes,
16 of it,
exactly,
Uncle. What the fuck are you
exactly.
talking, bro? Yeah. 2 24-hour shifts. It's solid.
Yeah.
But they are fucking with people in New York now. Now they got to do the EMS and they got to do all that. It's not the free ride it used to be. It's not. And also for jobs like that, it's not really a free ride when once or twice a year you have to face fucking
No, yeah,
certain
you gotta
death.
listen. You're running
Not
into a
shitting on
fucking
them at
burning
all.
building.
Not
You're
shitting
running into
on
a
them at
burning
all,
building.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a somewhat of a selfless job. But like, dude, like for us that we train with teammates, it's kind of like we'd fit into that.
Well, that was Stipe Miocic. Wasn't Stipe a
He is,
firefighter
yeah.
for a
He
long
is,
time?
yeah. He is.
For
No,
most of his
and
career.
I've
Oh, is he
said-
still?
I've said the same thing. Like if I, you know what I mean. Like if I was like bouncing around more time, I thought like I would do.
And I would say,
firefighting. I had guys.
That's probably
that
a
I
great
trained with-
job for a
I
fighter.
had guys I trained with that
Yeah.
were firefighters.
Chris
and they'd be
Lytle.
Like this, like their
He's a
shifts,
great commentator,
the way
by
it
the
works
way.
is great.
Does Bare Knuckle commentating now? He's really well spoken. He does well.
Who's that?
Roger says they're well spoken.
Hey.
Lido,
That's
Chris
an
Lido.
endorsement.
Oh shit, Mick's about to get into commentating,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I'm about to do some commentating down. At least till I get back in the ring. So like we talked about before, I just got back surgery a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I was literally at a point where fucking G would drive me in the car. I would put the seats down in the back, and I'd have to lay in the car because I couldn't sit up.
Dude couldn't sit.
fucked
He's
up.
fighting in the UFC and he couldn't sit.
Yeah, I had a fucking broken back for 3 years.
bro.
Yeah, but I finally got the surgery, so now I've been training again, feeling like myself, feeling better than ever. So excited to get back into it. But
When do you think that could happen? What might happen?
late summer.
Late summer. Oh
Late
wow.
summer, yeah.
That's
I've been doing strength and conditioning for the past 6 weeks.
Sweet.
And I've been striking, doing all that shit. Yeah.
Now they'll call you with some names and you'll take it, or you feel like you're in a position to call somebody out, or
Shit, whatever, man.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I've been lucky and I've been fortunate where I've had like you said before, I've gotten to have some good names, and you know what I mean. Big names. Make
I just
nice,
didn't get the name right, but you've got some big names. Yeah.
big names make nice trophies. That's always
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
you know what I mean. That's always been fun. But yeah, I wish I could fight like every
What
month,
if? So
2
what if?
times a
I'll give you.
month,
I'll
man.
give you a scenario. What if you could take a Jake Paul fight, give up your contract, probably not fight in MMA again, but take a
You mean the UFC again?
UFC? Yeah, no
Yeah.
MMA anymore. Take a boxing fight against a guy like a Jake Paul,
It's a good question.
I would
and
fight.
take a $2 million payday.
This is a real question
And
for
then walk
fighters
away from your
moving forward.
contract. Would you do it?
I like fighting MMA.
You do.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not. Both would be nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I hear he's getting into MMA.
Mhm.
You know, the way I left my with my surgery, Dana took care of it. UFC took all care. That was basically like let me know when you're good, ready to get back at it. So that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
But yeah, that is an appealing little
Yeah.
thing right there, right? Who doesn't want to beat the shit out of Jake Paul?
For that money, I mean, well, that's a great question, though. I mean, for a guy like you who fought so many times in the UFC, you were still a plumber when your first couple fights. Do you look at somebody like Jake Paul and do you say that's a sideshow, that's bullshit, or do you think that that's good for fighting?
Anytime you get attention is good, right? And like this guy, everyone's called him like he's a YouTube guy. Like I mean, he's been fighting fucking boxing for 5 years now. He's a boxer.
Yeah, but
he beat a couple tough UFC guys too.
Yeah,
I was impressed. I thought Ben Askren was going to beat his ass.
I never thought Ben Askren was
never thought
Ben was going to beat his ass.
I thought Ben was going to get in the clinch.
Tyrone Woodley? I thought Tyrone Woodley might.
I thought Ben would dirty box him. I was like, this kid doesn't know about competition like Ben Askren knows about competition.
Right.
So when the Woodley fight happened too, I was like, it's a wrap.
Do you think those things are on the up and up? Do you think those are 100% on the up and up?
What? No.
Those fights?
No,
you don't think so?
You gotta have the right character behind it to promote it.
No. He means, do you think they're fixed?
Did you think the fix was on?
No, I don't think they're fixed.
Really? So you think
Tyrone Woodley one was a little suspect.
Was? I thought so too.
I gotta say,
was a little suspect.
The Tyron Woodley
The
knockout
was a little suspect.
I thought the Anderson Silva one.
I love how everybody agrees with me, but he just yells at me, right? I love it.
This guy is like a fucking like a beaten wife. He yelled at me. Did you hear me fucking yell at him? Holy shit!
No, all right. What do we call it? What is that? What do we call that?
Oh my God, he's scarred. He's scarred.
So Frank, wow, what is your what is your thoughts on? Is it fixed? Is it not fixed?
I don't think it's fixed.
I do agree with you. I think the Tyrone Woodley fight was interesting.
I don't know how to feel. I'm just saying it's a little suspect. It was a little suspect.
I
if you
feel
watch
like
that back, it's a little suspect.
95% that shit's real.
Yeah, I do.
You think fucking Tyron Woodley wants to get knocked out by Jake Paul
for a payday? I think a lot of
how
people
much money? What do you think? You think they're finagling money to him?
Did you see Ben Askren after he got knocked off? How like happy and smiley he was walking back. It was very odd.
I'm not saying wait. I'm just saying it's plausible. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
Look, when we look at it, it's like your pride's not worth that. I've had so many people be like, what at the end of his career, not going to get another fight in MMA. I was like, it wouldn't have mattered how much they offered to me.
Beginning of your career, there's a big difference.
I don't know, man. I'm
gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
My pride's too much.
He fucking hit him with a fucking big right hand, bro.
Yeah, and he just stuck his chin out there and ate it.
He ended up on the floor.
Well, not ate it. All right, yeah.
Roger, I think what people are going to get from this is that our opinions on fighting
don't matter
than their opinions on fighting. So if anybody knows anything about fighting here, it's Gerard and Roger. That's the big takeaway. Here's what
I found, though, right? And I don't know shit about fighting. I'll be the first one to admit it. But
thick and the thicker.
That's hurtful. You go through this all the time, Roger?
All the time
you go through this.
And you're new. You're supposed
to be very hurtful.
Supposed to be nice to a
You're
guest.
triggering my alcoholism. Are you guys drinking that in the beer or not?
Give him that one.
Please.
Holy shit, this guy's fucking running through these things.
Let me.
It's called a man, Francis.
What I'm going to say.
I got to check.
I'm used to Roger.
In the art of fighting.
Roger. He likes fucking tube-shaped drinks.
What's it like getting bullied by a guy half your size?
I almost always drink it in a bottle. He loves it in the can.
Hey, I would say also that actually reminds me. I would say we should try some of your tequila, but Gerard won't have any.
I'll put it in my mouth and spit it out.
Why? You don't drink tequila?
It's a deal I made with God.
Gerard made a deal with God.
Made with God.
The time he got stabbed about 8 times.
I got stabbed 6 times.
What, from tequila?
No. Tequila was a part of the night. Cocaine was a bigger part of the night.
You need to write a book.
Wait. You got stabbed?
Yeah.
You did this.
But he has enough girth where
you did this to
You got stabbed with a knife?
So I can't tell the stories where I live.
It's not like
I can tell the story.
Wait a minute. It's not like you got pegged and you said I got stabbed, right?
Yeah.
No,
it was a legitimate knife stab.
That one fell flat.
I got to tell you, Frankie, you got to be honest, man.
It was a knife stab.
As much as I don't want to get pegged, I'd rather get pegged than get stabbed. Yeah. 0 stars, would not recommend.
Yeah, I think you got more street cred if you get stabbed than if you get pegged. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on what street. If I wanted my comedy career to be better, if I got pegged in LA, it'd be fantastic. You're booked. Yeah, it'd be. Yeah, I was hanging out in Nashville. I'll tell the story real quick. We told the story a bunch on Arts, but for the Slick and Thick people, you guys can fast forward. For Champ and Tramp, you guys are gonna love this. Stay on it. So I'm hanging out. This dude named Jelly Roll.
I know.
Who's super famous now.
Yeah.
Back then, he was just like the king of Nashville. We were on tour. Me and this dude, Catfish Cooley, was like Jesus to rednecks, and he just had his millionth subscriber on YouTube, and he threw this big party at his studio. And we're having this huge party, and he's got this guy who's like training him that was like McGregor's trainer. And I'm all, back in the day, I'm about 100 pounds heavier than I am right now. and I got this long hair.
So literally about $4 bills.
Yeah, about $390.
So much protection.
A lot of protection.
Bear in mind.
Yep. It's a very long story. I will fast forward to the end of it. There were these girls that saw me on Jelly Roll's like Snapchat or whatever, and were like, "Can we come to the party?" We got in like a whole bunch of scuffling, and I didn't answer. Then I said, "Hey, come to the party." They said, "You can't. Come to our house instead." I'm like, "Yeah, bet. I'll just go to these strangers' houses from the internet. Why not? What could go wrong?" So I go there, and it's a whole ass fucking college party. And I'm at this time, I'm like 33 years old. I'm like, I can't fucking be here. But the girl's like, no, stay. My friend really.
When they gave you the address to a college, you didn't think there was like.
No, it's just a house. It's Nashville.
Right.
It's just a house.
Right.
You know, I thought it was, and I rolled up to a house, and I was like, and even the house, like when I rolled up. Also, you got to remember, I'm fucking hammered, and I'm an 8-ball deep. Also, okay,
Yeah,
so
that'll
like,
do it.
So of course, why won't these girls want to fuck me? You know what I'm saying? I'm a star, bro. So I'm thinking that this shit is fucking happening up there, and then this is another side of the house. I go in, it's a whole ass college party. They don't want me there. I should leave, but I'm like, I'm gonna see this through so I can, you know, hang out with honey. And the dudes keep talking shit to me. I'm way better at it than they are. I'm like, why are you talking shit to me? You're fucking 23 years old, bro. You got abs, and yet your girl's over here DMing me. Like, fuck is wrong with you? Like, why don't you sit here, shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna teach you how to run some game, and then maybe you can get some pussy, and I'll get some fat motherfucker in here to fuck your girl in front of you, which is, you can watch if you want. I'll fuck her right in front of you.
Solid line.
They don't like it. So now they tell me to leave, and I'm like,
I'm going to keep my girl away from you. Go
if
ahead.
you ask me, yeah, you should, because I have Riz, which I don't know if you know this means charisma. If you watch the Slick and Thick show, you would know that. Long story short, they try to push me out, and I'm like, you asked earlier whether or not there's ever been a situation where you're in a fight and you knew you shouldn't do something. I'm very cognizant of the fact I can fuck all these kids up at any moment, but I don't want to be the guy that breaks a kid's fucking jaw in a college party, and then I gotta fucking be in the newspaper when I'm performing at Zany's. Like, why was I even there? So I'm like fucking with them. I'm like, just ask me nicely, and I'll leave. And I'm refusing to leave. And
So
I'm
you're
just
like grabbing kids by the head and like
smush facing them, like, you know, just like, ask me nicely.
It's like that story of like how many 5th graders could you beat up?
It's literally, it's infinity. And then I'll never forget. It's like time stopped, and I had like this kid's head, and I'm like fucking with this kid over here, and I see one of these kids jump over the fucking pile with a handle of Fireball, and time stopped, and I went, that's not good. And he smashes my fucking head with, I ended up needing 16 staples. Literally split my skull open.
I wobbled, but I didn't go down.
That's right. I wobbled and didn't go down. There's blood all over my face, and then I can't see anything, and I start getting pushed out, and out of nowhere I feel bang, 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 and they fucking stabbed me in the stomach.
Wait,
6
with
times.
the broken bottle?
No, somebody pulled out a fucking
With a
bang, bang, bang.
Kniffy.
Somebody, yeah, I was in the South. They keep that thing on them, and bang, 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 and I made a stupid video asking for people to come fucking jump these kids on my Facebook.
While you were bleeding out.
I don't remember doing it. I woke up to that video. That was fun.
Listen, I've done it before, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then as he's bleeding out on the sidewalk,
Yep.
he makes a deal with God.
No, when they put me in that's right, I'm bleeding out on the sidewalk. I wake up to a cop,
that's
a
the
cop
good part.
kicking me. And the cop, I bled out.
The cops kicking him, waking him up.
Waking
They're like,
me up.
Whose blood is this? Who did
They
you eat?
have their guns.
What did you do? Like
No, they didn't say, who did you eat?
They probably
They did not say that.
all
That was not a word.
I feel like they probably thought that, at least. They're like, which child did you eat on campus? Like,
they did kick me with their guns drawn. Going, whose blood is that? And I'm like, am I gonna get fucking shot for getting jumped? And so they put me in the ambulance, and this was like, I was way too fat. They needed more people to get me on the fucking gurney. And this was like my come to Jesus moment. This was my rock bottom for this life I was leading that was wrong. And I'm on the gurney, and I remember like having, you know, they hit me with the fucking adrenaline, and I like come back, and I'm looking up, and I'm like, God, you can't let me go out like this. This is not how my story ends. If you let me live, I'll never drink alcohol again. I'll never do drugs again. And then like I have a split second, I'm like, I'll never drink hard alcohol again. I'm not gonna lie to you right before I come to you, bro. Like I'm
So
gonna
wait, this
drink.
is why he won't drink the tequila?
Yeah.
Wow, no hard alcohol.
Yeah,
4 years
made a
now.
little deal.
So wait,
No hard alcohol.
He made a little
Wow.
deal.
4
Like, he
years.
was like,
So you're getting fucking 17% beers instead.
I actually asked about this. I actually asked fucking him about this. He had a thing at a UFC fight. What was that? About a month ago, 2 months ago? And I'm like, and people were doing shots of beer. They had this like 17% beer, and I'm like, Mick, does this go against? And he like, nah, talk to him. He said you're cool, bro.
he made a deal.
Good
He said
enough for
hard
me.
alcohol. It's
Yeah,
beer.
but hey, man.
So you only drink beer, basically.
Beer, and I'll do wine.
Seltzer.
But you know what? Here's the difference, and it's made a huge difference in my life. It really has. It really, really has, because I was gonna have 10 drinks a night, whether they were 10 Manhattans, 10 whiskey sours, or 10 beers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can have 10 beers and be functional over the course of 4 hours. If I have 10 whiskeys, I turn into a nonstop life-ruining machine. I'm too big. I'm too violent. People can't stop me. Even
You
when
need
people,
a fucking rhino tranquilizer to put the son of a bitch.
So wait,
down. It's like,
back to your story. That kid got charged with attempted murder then.
you know
hey,
what was so fucked
we don't know
about
that
it?
number, bro. We don't use that number, dog. Come on, man. We're from Jersey, bro.
I
We
ain't
don't
a
know that number.
snitch.
We handle that shit.
I ain't
We
a
handle that
snitch.
shit.
You don't have to be a snitch, bro.
Yo, it's so
State
funny.
picks up the
Dude,
charges.
that was the thing. They really fucking pressed me hard. They were
Yeah.
like, if you press charges, you're not gonna have to pay for any of your hospital bills. Is what they were like trying. They were like trying to press me hard, and I was like fucking around with the cop, and I was be like, yo, you know what? I didn't think these little white boys had it in them, and if this race war pops off, we might need them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the cop didn't find it funny. Like, he wrote it in the report. Like,
Because he was black.
Like, I'm a white. No, he's a white dude.
kidding.
It's like he's trying to like paint me like I'm a white supremacist or something. Like, dude, I tried hooking up the cop with the fucking nurse in the thing. I was like, yo, how great of a story would this be if like you guys hooked up over my death? It's like something great happens, and they might have went out on a date or something. It was cute. Then the doctor comes in, and I tried like using my charisma on her, and she's like, if you don't lose weight, you're gonna die. If you keep doing cocaine, you're gonna die. I'm like, but I'm a lot of fun. She's like, you're gonna die.
So wait. So you had a talk with God. You gave up hard alcohol, no talk of cocaine. You still do that?
I don't do cocaine. Cocaine was never like what I wanted to do because I liked cocaine. Cocaine helped me keep drinking until 6 o'clock in the morning.
Could you smell it though? Be okay with it?
I got to tell you, buddy. You know what happens? You know what really happens? Like back in the day, there's no amount of money I wouldn't like. Dude, I was a New York comic. I would stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, do 5 shows a night, and convince yourself that a bump or two is like good for performance. Like I need to keep my energy up. But
Some
really,
of the greats did coke like a champ.
I just need coke. I just liked it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but as you get older, when you stop doing the hard liquor, like right now at my age, there's no amount of money you could pay me to be up till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Same. I'm a day party
But back
guy.
in the day,
Yeah.
if we were Murmur on a Monday,
Murmur.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have did $500. Everybody's doing lines.
I was
Let's
a-
rock and roll,
I
bro.
was an ecstasy guy back in those days.
Yeah.
Cocaine, you got to go in the bathroom every fucking 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
It's kind of what I like about
Or
it.
you're doing it right in the middle of the party with everybody just fucking key bumping that shit.
Do you know what I really like about cocaine? I like about cocaine what people liked about cigarettes back in the day. Like it's for a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the only time I swear to God, the only time in the last 4 years I'm like, man, I really wish I had cocaine was at that sponsor party that you brought me to, where all those paid for models were there. And I'm like,
whores and cocaine just go together.
yeah,
bro.
I was like, if I had an 8-ball, I'd get 2 of these girls easy right now. Easy. That's the only time
They
I've
go
ever,
together. They do.
Hey girls, you guys are bored? I'm bored too.
Yeah.
Want to find a bedroom in this Airbnb? I brought snacks.
Scooby snacks. All right, I got one more question for Mr. Gall over there, and Frankie's going to turn this extremely gay.
It's gall. Don't do that.
Mr. Gall. It's
He's
Steven.
got an
Steven.
accent. That's why I let it go.
Steven Seagal.
That's his
How do
number
you-
one pet peeve. Gal.
How do you say
No, because
scallop? Do you say it
mall,
scallop or scallop?
Scallop.
Scallop.
Scallop,
I'm
bro.
from Maine. I'm
You've
from
been
Maine.
you've been in Jersey long enough to know
Maine.
that what you're doing is wrong.
No. But
Take this as a
Maine
moment
is
to
the
pause
seafood capital of the world,
and
bro.
reflect.
Don't tell me about scallops. You tell me about
You
other
eat
shit.
bugs?
Yeah. Lobsters are bugs.
That's what I'm saying.
I kind
Cockroaches
of
and shit,
respect
yeah.
the way he's sticking his scallop.
Yeah.
I will never say it myself. Other than
He's got
right now,
at the end of the
Scallop.
day.
I'm not
he's got
fucking-
250-pound energy at the end of the day.
yeah,
But my question is, and go ahead, Frankie's going to chime in immediately. You have an OnlyFans,
I do. I do.
but it's not the fucking dick swinging it. You're strictly.
That's why Roger's not subscribed to you.
See, here we go.
I
You
was
don't
gonna
know
say,
that.
you checked it out though.
You don't know that.
You checked it out, bro?
I pay $39.99 and I haven't got a cock yet. What's up with that, bro?
Yeah, man. I guess OnlyFans is trying to kind of switch up their model a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll just be fucking.
So Sean Brady's got
porn
the same
shit.
thing. You guys got basically the same thing, right? It's
It's like
adult.
we're showing like fighting techniques
Yeah,
and
right.
like
And do you do
MMA
well with
shit.
that? Does that? I mean,
No.
Yeah,
I'd be
okay.
doing way better if I was fucking swinging my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had a bigger dick, I would do it, but
Yeah.
God wasn't good to me in that. So.
Yeah,
It works,
It's a
though.
give
That's
and
what
a take,
matters.
bro.
Yeah, well, at least twice.
Yeah, it worked twice. Yeah, and that's all I need. That's all I
At
need.
least twice.
I don't really want a third one, so yeah.
And you've been married, like you said, since before you in the UFC, huh?
No. At my third fight in the UFC.
Wow.
Got married,
You
yeah.
dropped
Got
the
married.
plumbing,
Yeah,
got married.
Yep.
That's heavy. What's the point of being a UFC champion if you're
Yeah.
married already? What are you doing?
I would have AIDS.
I didn't see that as a bad thing anymore. I'm like, that's a great way to lose weight.
Yeah, ever since Magic Johnson, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, everybody knows
He
I got
made it-
bitches
yeah.
and I lost all that weight. Phenomenal.
Magic Johnson's been living for 20 years with that shit. I'm like, give me AIDS.
I don't believe it, bro.
You don't think you ever had it?
Ooh, it's a conspiracy.
Ooh.
Nope.
Really?
It's like, yo, listen, we need to push this AIDS shit. Well, you're going to have to get AIDS, but you're going to be taking care of the rest of your life.
You
It's
would
going to suck.
You would think. Do you know anybody who has AIDS?
Nope.
You would think it's more prevalent from all the commercials.
Listen, you know how AIDS works?
You would
Listen,
know, right?
Listen. You know how AIDS works? Well, hold your hand out like this.
Oh fuck! You know what?
Yeah.
Wait.
Like
Strike.
That's how it all starts, Meg. Don't hold his hand.
Like
Don't-
Strike
gotta
this
hold
from the
your hand?
record
Hold your hand like this. Catch my hand. Catch my hand. Catch my hand. You got to be quick.
to catch AIDS.
No, yeah. No, to not catch AIDS. Come here. Look, if I'm quick, you're going to catch it. If I set in there, now I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be fucking in and out. You
Did I just get AIDS from fucking Frankie Edgar?
You got to be in and out.
That's how it works. You can't.
Oh shit!
You can't leave it in.
You can't do
Can't
that.
leave
Yeah.
it in.
That's
Can't let
funny,
it bake
man.
for
I
a
feel
minute.
like I'd be fucking AIDS positive at this point.
Sometimes at the very end, I like to leave it in for a minute. You don't like to do that? I like to let it bake. a
It's
little
the
bit.
opposite of
Oh, you let it
edging.
marinate.
Well, you
Yeah.
obviously
At
did it
the
twice.
end, at the very
You
end,
obviously
you
did
gotta
it
let it
twice.
marinate.
You obviously did it twice.
Solid. I respect it. So before we wrap up this 4-hour podcast, which has been awesome, by the way, it's an honor to be with
Good
you guys.
time,
Can't
good
thank you
time.
enough.
At least Frankie.
What? No, you too, Raj. Fuck, I love it, man. Are you? What's next for you guys? Like, what do you have going on that you're really excited about? That you're,
I've been sneaking in Snooki's DMs a little bit. I'm trying to get back on the show.
Solid,
You know? Yeah.
solid. The snook, You're sneaking in
Nah,
the
man.
snook.
I'm a regular Joe at the end of the day. This guy was gonna be a plumber. I'm a union guy.
Nice.
I fucking work for. That's my regular thing, and obviously
The
we do
union
this.
fluffer.
Yeah.
Are you a union plumber? Is that what you do?
No,
you plumb?
no.
Fluffer.
I work for
Fluffer.
a petroleum company.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick. Awesome.
Fluffer.
man. Do you think about getting back into entertainment, or do you feel like that itch has been scratched? Or
No, after having kids, man, like, listen, I had a good dose of reality TV, like a really good dose, probably more than most will experience, and like, I don't regret it. It was part of our story, right? But our story has ended, and that was her story before it was my story, and she's still doing it. I'm happy for her. Like, it's gonna, my children are only gonna reap the benefits and the rewards of that, and that's great. You know what I mean? I would never tell her. I'm a free will guy. I would never tell her how to live her life or what to do. But for me, kids change the dynamic, the perspective a lot. Now, I'm still I'm still have, I'm fucking 47 years old, but I'll still get a little crazy on weekends where I don't have my children. And
You're
do
how
some-
old?
47.
looks phenomenal.
I'll still do some.
Congratulations.
Does,
Thanks,
right?
He's on that Mike
Botox.
O'Hearn fucking
The Michael
the
Hearn.
trend.
yeah.
But I'll still.
Botox?
Yeah, I got Botox. I've had Botox.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's a little bit.
Bro,
It's Brotox.
Brotox.
Little bro socks. All right.
But I'll still get a little crazy, have fun. But most of my time, I have my kids 3 weekends a month, so I'm a dad most of the time,
Sure.
and there's no place I'd rather
Would
be.
you let your kids go into reality TV?
I don't have a choice, unfortunately.
Really?
I don't have a choice. Trust me, I've not what I want, but I also have to respect her wishes. You know what I mean? So yeah, we differ greatly on that. So, but it is what it is, and like I said, my kids will reap the rewards and benefits of it one day. So what am I going to say? You know what I mean? I try to live and let live. I'm not. I don't want to tell anybody how to live their life.
Good libertarian view.
Yeah.
Babe. What about you, Frankie? What's next, man?
I'm currently looking for space to open up a gym here in Tom's River.
Sick.
Yeah, so do that. chasing my kids around, with their sports.
Do you want to get into coaching? Do you think you're going to be a coach?
I mean, honestly, that's why I want to open a gym because it'll happen organically. I imagine. Obviously, I want to do youth jiu-jitsu, youth MMA, and I'm sure it'll happen organically. I think my son might want to get into the fight game, so that'll be a good segue into it. And I do help some guys. Mark Gray, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah. I just saw him fight.
Just had a win. Yeah.
Just had a win over undefeated guy. Look pretty good. So I've been helping him a bunch. Obviously, I'm in the gym at Nicotone's helping a bunch of the young up and comers. Still, training for myself too. So we'll see.
What do you think is the biggest thing? If you were like 16, 17-year-old Frankie Edgar, what's the biggest advice you can give to somebody trying to get into the fight game?
Stop talking about it. All these kids, like you do need social media, right? Because it's part of it, right? Building your brand is part of it. I hate that as part of it, but it is. And all these kids want to build their brand and tell you what they're gonna do. Stop telling me what you're gonna do and fucking do it.
It's a little corny, right?
Yeah,
If you're like, it's like I like you, but I can't stand your fucking
Like stop
media.
telling me what you're gonna do and do it. Like when I wanted to fight, I fucking had 5 fights in a year. You know what I mean? Like I did it. I wanted to get it done. I wanted to do it. These guys, I think a lot of guys get into fighting to kind of get into the Hollywood part of it, just to say they're a fighter, so they don't have to really get a real job and start real life.
Interesting.
If you're gonna fight and you want to do it, you got to jump all the way the fuck in.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah.
Be a fighter. If your fighters fight, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Man, it's gotta be crazy for you growing up here, living here your whole life and shit. I bet everywhere you go, motherfuckers are mobbing you.
No, I don't get mobbed.
But
though.
all love. Like
it's always love. It's always love. Yeah.
Because I'm a Jersey guy too. I know whenever I'm in my neck of the woods, it's the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
Driving down here, I was thinking about that too. I was like, fucking Frankie Edgar's got to be the fucking.
They definitely love their own around here for sure. They love their own.
Dude, Jersey is a tough market, but if you are willing to fucking put the work in. We love blue collar people. This is one of the things about the New York Knicks I never understood when they had Carmelo and all these fucking stars. We don't give a shit about stars. We're hard hat people. We sit in traffic. We come from people who sit in traffic and just get the fucking job done. We're tough people. It's the same thing with the
Jersey
Giants.
Gives you a good dose of fucking
deal with
reality.
the weather.
You get a good dose of reality wherever. You know what I mean? You grew up in Jersey, like you learn about life a little different. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I believe that. I think I think I read something about that in the fucking John Bon Jovi rest stop on the way down. You know what I mean? But it's like it's facts. It's facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not an easy life. You got to be tough.
Hustle and
You got to be tough.
It's a fucking
And also, like you said, you can talk about all this shit you want. Like, you're out there and you're in the South and people are like, oh, God bless your heart. Out here, there's a million of us on top of each other. If you don't like somebody, they know it. And if they don't like you, you know it. And you got to do something about it.
There's a way that respect is given in Jersey that's not like any other place.
It's a
in the
currency.
world.
That's a huge thing. We just had this huge conversation. Somebody fucked me. I'm not going to say who it is. Somebody fucked me with somebody that's...
Pegged you? Or?
No. This L.A. guy. Yeah. But he doesn't understand.
If I knew who it was, I would say right now.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. But the
pretentious LA motherfucker.
Well, they don't understand. They were like, "What's the big deal?" I was like, "Respect is a currency.
It is.
You don't get it. What you did is you broke trust and you made it seem disrespectful that I told you something I shouldn't have told you."
Just the way people talk to each other around here too. I mean, usually, you talk to your people, right? A totally different way than you talk to normal everyday people walking around. Like,
but you know what? I think that's a good thing though, Roger, because it's listen, if I don't like you or somebody doesn't like me, I like knowing that they don't like me and I avoid you.
Like if I was back home in Maine.
You're up front.
If I was back home in Maine and I was at a traffic light and somebody in front of me didn't go right away and I fucking rolled my window down and yelled, "Get the fuck out of the way, motherfucker." They would fucking be like, "Well, why would he talk to me like that?" Around here, it's fucking every traffic light.
We got shit to do. We got places to be. We got people to see. Baby, this is
you gotta drive. You gotta be aggressive.
Right.
You gotta be aggressive in Jersey.
Just life in general. You have to be aggressive
I
here.
think there's something different about Jersey too, where it's like people came over, landed at Ellis Island, all the New York, all that shit, settled over in Jersey, and were like, "Yeah, I live here now." You know what I mean? A lot
That's
of people
a great
went all
point.
the way out west. They kept moving. They kept moving. Jersey people are like, "We're good here."
Yeah, not only,
all of us. You know what I mean?
that's a great point. And to piggyback on that point, these are people that had nothing. and made it. So I don't want to hear about your victim shit. I don't want to hear about how fucking hard things were for you. Let me tell you about Grandpa.
Right.
All right. Let me tell you about fucking my grandfather who came over here from the fucking the IRA wars and ate potatoes. I don't want to hear about
90% of people had it hard.
I don't want
Very
to hear
few
about
had
your
it
shit.
easy, yeah.
And you know what? Whoever did, God bless
Right.
them. But the people that made it here, they made a life better for the people who came next. That's the shit I respect.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how hard you have it. Tell me what you're doing because of how hard it is to make it better for the next people. That I respect. You know, that I have empathy
That's what
for.
it is. You're right though. Like I felt like our forefathers, our parents and grandparents were always trying to like, I want to make it better for the next generation. I feel like these people don't give a fuck about the next generation.
It's a great point. They are. They're very selfish.
Really don't.
Instant gratification.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in today.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be satisfied and have all their needs met instantly. And you can get that to a great extent, but it's a fake world. It's an internet world. And kids get wrapped up in that and they think that's reality. That's the furthest thing from reality. You know, I say it all the time, you know, like social media, mine included, is a glimpse of the greatest moments in your life. There's not one bad thing. Do you post bad shit on your?
Very true.
Never.
It's the best shit that ever happened in your
Very
life. My
true.
shit's
Not
all
real.
my kids. It's not me yelling, saying, "Fucking get in the tub." I told you fucking 3
Yeah.
times. That's not on my Instagram, but that's real life.
That's a great
That's
point.
real life. You know what I
Like,
mean?
okay, Roger, I'm getting it done.
There's a controversial guy named Jordan Peterson who I like. I
love Jordan.
Peterson.
I love him.
And what he says is this idea that this generation is so focused on happiness. He's like, happiness is worthless. Happiness is moments in time.
Glimpses.
If you're happy for 15 minutes a day, every day, you've had a great life. At the end of that's an hour a week. So what do you do with the rest of your week where you're unhappy or you have to be
Purpose.
dutiful? Purpose.
Yeah. Need purpose.
Interesting purpose.
Yeah.
And I think that's something with athletes. So something like you as you're transitioning. When
He is.
When
He
baseball
definitely is. Definitely is. Show him. Show him. Show him. It's cute as a button, and it is a button.
when baseball was done for me, it took me years to really honestly
I
get
thought
over
we
it.
get a whole podcast without you talking about fucking baseball.
We got there.
God
We got there an
damn.
hour ago. An hour ago we got there. So now you're officially retired, right? Are you? Or are you just retired from you? Are you going to fight again? Do you feel like that urge to fight now?
I don't know. Not MMA. Maybe boxing.
Okay.
You know, maybe.
Shit, if somebody's going to give you $1 million, Frankie, fight. Who
That's,
gives a
that's
shit?
why I asked that question
maybe.
before.
Maybe. It's everything has to work out right. So we'll see.
But you've had for 20 years purpose at the highest level. Now you don't. How are you reconciling that? Is that something that have you taken that same tenacity and changed it into something else, or are you feeling like you have to inorganically create that purpose?
Well, you know, that's why I'm looking to open a school. You know, I think that's going to be a good way to shift my drive and my goals, you know, to that. My kids give me purpose, you know, every day.
Interesting.
Got one child
yeah.
in particular that's got a lot of potential, and I think you, not to answer for you, but I
Yeah.
think it would be fair to say that, you know, since that's not your,
He's keeping me honest. He's keeping me honest, you know.
He's you're
Yeah.
transferring a lot of that into
To
him.
double down on
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson, I asked this 3 podcasts ago, and Mickey had a very interesting answer on this, so I'll let him answer after I ask you guys. Jordan Peterson also says you can't be a man until you have kids. Do you? It's 2 guys that have kids and 2 guys that don't. Do you agree with that
You'd
statement?
have to define in what regard, man. Like, how do you?
I think I know what he means by that. Like, as a man, you got to provide and protect.
Put something
you know?
above yourself.
Yeah, and put something before
I
yourself.
don't think you can be a
right?
humble man until you've had children.
Humble
I
man.
don't think you can be a humble man.
Interesting.
I lived for me very much so my whole life. I lived.
Yeah, but
did what I
yeah.
wanted to do
So
when
you
I
could be
wanted
tough,
to do
you
it.
could be
I was
manly.
tough. Not on your level, but I was tough in the
Tough,
streets. I was all that.
successful, but also narcissistic and immature. So
totally.
maybe it's more maturity. Maybe the
I
maturity
just
is the right
stopped
word. You
living
can't be
for me. I
mature.
didn't wake up in the morning deciding what I want to do for me. I wake up every
I
day
think the
now
whole
deciding
thing. What makes you a man? I mean, what makes you a man? Really, I think what makes like in the context, I think Jordan Peterson's saying what makes you a man is you're providing for someone else. You're putting someone else above you. You're the leader. Your job is to provide and protect for someone else. That you need to be a father to do that, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
But as far as like being a man, you know, doing your duties, fucking you say something, you follow through. That's all being a man. You don't need a kid for that shit.
We get labeled now, like, toxic masculinity is a bad thing. I don't think it is. I think we need fucking badass dudes now more than we ever did, ever in the history of mankind, because we have such a limited supply of it now.
It's getting less and less.
Less and less.
Has your opinion changed on this since we last talked about it? Meaning, like, do you still think like living for other people is what being a man is, and have you thought about it anymore?
No, I agree with what Frankie just said about, you say something, you got to follow through on it. That's being a man. I think even without kids, you have people in your life that you are willing to, like, kill and die for, and or be, that you love better than yourself, even without children. But at the same time, I think, having children, that's got to be the biggest fucking biological fucking, not just pleasure, but like the urge rush you would ever get.
Sure.
I make up. I don't have kids, so it's
like you said, you think you love something till you have kids. Yeah, you know what I mean.
It's cliche, but it's that serious.
It is.
That thing.
It is. It's just a different, right? I mean, Roger can speak for him. So
But I'm trying to think back to before I had kids. If anybody had asked me that question, I would have been like, "Get the fuck out of here! I'm a man. What are you talking about?" It's a different. It's not that you're not a man until you have kids. It's not that at all.
It's just another. It's another stage of being a man.
Exactly.
Now you can't. You're a man. I mean, you guys are fucking men. You know what I mean? You guys fucking handle your business. You do your shit. You're not pussies, right? All this stuff. But then when you have a kid, you be like, okay, now I become.
I wouldn't even say a man. I would say
2.0.
A human. A human. It's just another level of humanity that you didn't understand before you had children. And man's not the right word. Yeah.
That's fucking gay.
You fucking.
Oh man, you guys what, dude? This has been
fucking
good time, incredible,
bro.
man.
This has been a go, bro. This has been a.
Yep. Let's wrap
almost
it.
a 3-hour banger, bro.
Dude, this has been incredible. Cannot thank you guys enough.
Here we go. Call to action. Let's go. Find and follow us on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and most other podcast platforms.